All right, everyone. Johnston with the $5 starting things up. Appreciate you, man. Get to that in just a second. Welcome to game number 2 of 3 today. We have not seen a team on a bye week win just yet. The team's coming off byes, 0-2 so far this postseason, 0-4 last year. But Alabama, 3 losses, looking to keep that alive as Indiana, the only undefeated team in college football, going to the Rose Bowl after winning the Big Ten, the most successful season in program history, looking to keep it alive here as Indiana looks to win their first playoff game and go to the semifinals. Appreciate all you guys tuning in for this one. Johnson with a $5, NBA experience 32 in the next 10 years or less. Fact, I think Seattle and Vegas. I think those are the two. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. If you ever one of these streams for how it works is like this. Fire one in the chat, any questions you might have. I'll be happy to answer anything and everything. Any donation, get a question right away. Otherwise, I just go in the order they see them vote in that poll. Who do you think wins this one? I think it's going to be Alabama or Indiana. If you are a member, you can show us for either one of these teams with the emojis in the chat. We got the emojis for the Crimson Tide, the Hoosiers, and we got a Rose Bowl emoji because why the heck not? Yeah, could be JP, but I doubt it. I think we're okay on the last one. I think we are okay on the last one. So fingers crossed there. So appreciate all you guys being here for this game. Bama going to be in the whites, Indiana in the reds. When we got this underway, we got the kickoff here. When will Seattle and Vegas become, or the Cointons here, I should say. When will Seattle and Vegas become official? I would say probably 2030. Yeah, at least in your format you go with that. Yeah, in your format you go with that. Yeah, Darren Williams, 19 years ago today. Man, that was 19. Man, I feel old. So I remember that with the Broncos lost in OT, and then it was dead just a couple hours later. That was, I remember that too, man. 19 years. A long time. Long time. The Val Bowl, yep. A against I. Appreciate all you guys being here for this game. Texas Tech coming off that last game against Oregon. We call that game. Texas Tech did not score. Third shutout in the playoff. Oregon, first shutout winning over a century in a bowl game. They were absolutely dominant. Oregon going to the semifinals. They'll take on the winner of this game in the Peach Bowl. Whether it's going to be Alabama or Indiana. An all Big Ten matchup, or will we see Alabama go to the semifinals? Oh, that's awful saying. Holy cow. Not all the fireworks went to the sky? Oh, man. That is... Nope, you leave fireworks to the professionals. I don't launch fireworks, but if you're going to launch fireworks, leave it to the professionals. So many injuries 4th of July and New Year's for stuff like that. Yeah, everything appears fine for now, so fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I think we should be okay. I appreciate all you guys being here for this one. Every donation counts. Tournament the call. Which game do you want, John, sir? I never asked. Which game do you want? Every donation counts. You got, everything counts as triple. Michigan, Penn State, Duke, Louisville, Georgia, Florida, or St. John's, Butler. You're going to help me decide which game we're calling. Tuesday night for college basketball. So you're going to help me decide on that one. Which game do you want? Get you on the call for it. Yeah, Jacksonville, Denver. Yep. January 97. Crazy. One of the biggest upsets in the history of the NFL playoffs. I think it's the biggest outside of Super Bowl III. I think since the merger, it's the biggest upset of all time. Like Super Bowl 42, we knew the Giants could play with the Patriots, but I don't think anyone thought the Jags could play with the Broncos in Denver. I don't think anyone saw that. Yeah, Quinn Lake 3-year deal, $42 million? Yep. They just announced that a couple hours ago. Locked down a key piece of that secondary. They got plus for $2,000. I want to cut if that happens. I want to cut. It was equivalent of Harry Potter War. Was that bad with the fireworks? And jeez. Glad you're okay. But yeah, that's insane. That's insane. You can't lose the person who made that prompt. Just let me know which game you want, John. So I get you the call. Yeah, Ace and Vikings. That's another one. Yeah, that's another top 5 upset. It's pretty split down the middle. 53%. Indiana, 47% on the Tide. We got one Big Ten team in the semis. We're guaranteed one SEC team in the semis because Georgia plays Ole Miss later tonight. Which conference will have 2 teams in the semis? We're going to find out tonight in this game right here. First of 10 wins. We got an ACC team in. We got an SEC team in guaranteed with Georgia Ole Miss. We got a Big Ten team in already. Is this the last game? Or we're waiting for a long... No, we got nothing left for the Sugar Bowl. We got Georgia against Ole Miss. Here we go. Indiana getting it to start in the Reds. They're going left to right. Bama going right to left. Indiana will get it the 25 after a touchback to start. And here we go. Michigan fan Indiana become the heroes of the season for me since being Ohio State. Go Hoosiers. They have a lot of people room for the Hoosiers in this one. And part of why is the play of their Heisman winning quarterback, Fernando Mendoza. Oh, I'm with you on that one, Sports Talk. If they don't get close, yeah, it's one of those win the battle, lose the war. Mendoza, 33 touchdowns, 6 picks. Had a great game against Ohio State. 15 for 23, 222. Made that big drive at the end to help win it. 2 at the top of the screen, 1 the bomb. Back to his right here for Mendoza, the projected first overall pick of the draft. Mendoza, second read, not there. Flushed out, gonna try and avoid the sack, cannot. Thrown down the 23-yard line. So loss of 2, Deontay Lawson on the stop. Oh, is this the last game? We're in for long. Oh, yeah. Yeah, hopefully it's not. I don't think it will be. I think we're okay. Future rare legend. Looks like they're in line for the number 1 pick. Do we think Indiana can buck the trend? I think they can. I think Georgia will. Indiana, I'm up in the air on. 2 at the top, 1 the bomb back to his left. Mendoza takes it, hands it off up the middle, here to the 25 and down to the 30. Down the near side of the field, Justin Jefferson on the stop. Gain of 7, 3rd and 5. Indiana last time out against Ohio State, only 3.5 yards per carry. Did not run the ball all that well. But again, stuffed around this Ohio State defense, so Miami might say otherwise after that game last night. 3rd and 5. Two at the top, 1 the bottom. Alabama played in the Rose Bowl a couple of years ago. That was Nick Saban's final game as a head coach. Indiana in the Rose Bowl for the first time since 1968. And not going to start off well. Sack off the edge of the 20-yard line. Second time the drive that Mendoza goes down. And it's Bray Hubbard. Forcing the pressure. It's a quick 3 and out. Bama going to take over. After the punches, unaccounted for off the edge. Bama sent 6. They only had 5 linemen. Left a free rusher. Yeah, missing obnoxious loud spinning intro. Yes, I am. Right, that's the irony of all that. Yeah, Eastern Vikings were one of the worst teams in the competition. To Justin Jefferson, he's a wide receiver. Yeah, this one is a Alabama player. No, it's not that at Justin Jefferson. The punt here angled out of bounds on the far side, the 41-yard line. So 39-yard punt, not the best. Again, it is an overcast day, bit of a wet ball. Well, the rain did subside. And we'll see what Ty Simpson can do at the 41-yard line. Had a monster second half against Oklahoma last time out. One of the favorites for the Heisman for a little bit. Fall off a little bit as of late. But last game against Oklahoma played very well the second half. Finished the day 18 for 29. 2 touchdowns, no picks, 232 yards. Command Sarah Sumicus, ESPN News. Yeah, I don't see the point of that. The Skycast on ESPNU, I see the point in that. Because Skycast is really good. But the Command Center, I think it just shows the stats at the same time you see the game and the Skycast. So you see like a split of the main broadcast and the Skycast, and you see the stats. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Simpson, second read, now third read, not there, flushed out to the near side, has to throw that ball away, and will do it in the direction of his tight end, Cuevas. But well incomplete, out of bounds, 2nd and 10. Both defensive lines forcing a ton of pressure so far in this one. Yeah, 98 Vikings is the best team in the NFL to miss the Super Bowl. I think you're right on that one. I definitely think you're right. 2010 Packers are up there. 3 at the bottom of the screen. They're going to motion Bernard closer to the line. Back to his left. 2nd down for Simpson. A motion Horton out to the top of the screen. Play action. Little hitch route on the near side. That's caught the 45-yard line. And it's Ryan Williams on the grab. It's been a quiet season. Only 1 catch for 5 yards the last time out. Had no catches against Georgia. Obviously, he's had a lot of drop issues this year. But gets involved early here. A gain of 4. How's it going, Joe X? Try to tune in throughout when I can. Thoughts on teams in the new format being 0-6 with the bye. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, back to his left. No, I meant 2011 Packers. Yeah, 2011 Packers. Not 2011 Packers. They send 4. Simpson, middle of the field in the angle route. That's caught by his back Hill. That's a first down the 49-yard line. Yeah, so I think I'm not looking too much into the bye just yet because outside of Miami, there weren't really any big upsets. Any upsets, really. Remember last year in the old format, pretty much every bye team was an underdog or was a toss-up. Now, I think if it's 0-8, then we might be a little bit concerned. Because being off for a month is hard. You're basically starting from scratch. 1 at the top of the screen is Horton. They'll go play action. Simpson, clean pocket. They'll send 4. Now stepping up, avoiding the sack. No one open. Throws on the run. Caught by his tight end Cuevas on the far side. At the 44-yard line. Brought down by Elijah Hardy. For a gain of 5. Good job there by Simpson extending the play with nothing open down the field. See, the first year was that post pattern, or that deep in, I should say. But it wasn't there, so good job going through the read, stepping over the pocket. Never count Bama out. Especially now with Simpson. I know it's been an inconsistent year for Simpson, but he plays like he did against Oklahoma. They're right in this thing. 3 at the bottom of the screen. Bernard in the slot. Closest to the line. They'll motion Horton to the top of the screen. They'll go on the stretch play to Hill. Will get the first down at the 36-yard line. He gets 8 before he's taken down by Lewis Moore. Daniel Hill, the sophomore running back, 4.8 yards per carry, 43 yards last time out. Against Oklahoma, they did not run the ball that well that game, just 1.1 yards per carry in that one. Granted, sacks do count toward that stat, but it's not the prettiest performance on the ground by any stretch of the imagination. Right, the practical problem's been off for a month. That's the issue. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Yeah, I think the Niners are a really good team this year. I think the Niners could go all the way. They get the 1, I think they go all the way. Hill, stretch play to the far side. This time bottled up for no gain at the 37-yard line. Landino on the stop. 2nd down. Or some pizza. Can't go wrong with that. Home for Ole Miss to keep up that trend with the lower seed wins the nearest matchups. Yeah, that'll be a great stick in McKiffin's face. That really would be a good one. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom, back to his left. Right, then they could have the quarters a week after. Because they got half the games on New Year's. Now second Super Bowl, I could definitely see that. Would not shock me in the slightest bit if that happened, Allison. Would not shock me at all. They're going to send 4. Simpson, looking, third read, throws behind the line. It's caught by Hill, but brought it down immediately at the 41-yard line. Simpson was flustered on that one. And 3rd and 14 as a result. I got the butt. It was looking on the hitch route. There were 2 guys running hitch routes. They were both covered. So Simpson just had to find any open man. I think Johnson won in Michigan, so we'll do that. More police. I think Oxford could sell you. To the top, 1 the bottom, back to his left, 3rd and 14. Simpson pressured off the edge. They'll send 4, flushed out to the near side. Throws on the run across his body, and it's almost intercepted. Looking for Williams. Lewis Moore breaks it up. I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing that got picked off. It would have been an arm punt. But 4th and 14, Indiana's defense gets the stop they need. They're not kicking a field goal here. There are special teams issues. There's no way. Was looking across his body on the deep post shot. Got pressure at the throw on the run to his weak side with pressure off the edge. Have me YouTube? Yeah, they thought my stream was illegal activity, which obviously it was not. So, but we should be able to make it work. No issues with the last one, though, at least. The punt here, Dowd. Fair catch call for. I'm going to let it bounce to the 5 and down to the 3. Great punt there by Dowd. You're taught, don't feel if it's inside the 5. That landed exactly at the 5. And down to the 3. 38-yard punt, no return on the play. Indiana ball at the 3-yard line when we get back. Both defensive lines looking pretty sharp so far. Don't call me Frank. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. It does help us out on the channel. So we try and grow this community even more. We got 3 games on the docket today. Of course, we got the Sugar Bowl later tonight. We did the Orange Bowl earlier today between Oregon and Texas Tech. We got a fun one scheduled today. Fun slate of games on the docket. Yeah, that's how the replay. Yeah, it's back up. So, but the chat replay disappeared. Yeah. But the stream's back up. I got rid of the countdown clock. And apparently that was the part that got flagged. So I don't get it. It makes no sense. Please let us be a normal bowl game with Bama. No way. Nope. Not with Bama. No way. Are we waiting for a long game? Yeah, I don't know. Both offenses are going to fill each other out. Really filling each other out the first few drives. And then first half of this game is pretty low scoring, especially coming off rust. You look at the first half of the teams coming off bye weeks, no one scored more than 8 in the first half, which I think is an insane stat. The first half, teams coming off bye, no one scored more than 8. Oregon scored the most. They had 8 against Ohio State. And that game was over after 1 quarter. I think they scored like 2 minutes, or they scored at the very end of the half in that one, where Ohio State was just dominant already. But for some streams too, yeah, which I don't get right. Yeah, I'm not sure why it disappeared for some of those. I felt that for Arnold, the only one was Norfolk Trump instead. They're the clowning on the post for Breeze. I don't think it's more. They did do some stuff, but I think it's more the idea that he would never be a Hall of Famer with the Chargers. Like, they got rid of him, and then he became a Hall of Famer. I mean, I have no problem with them supporting him. I have no problem with that. I think it's one of those where if no more than 10%, yeah, might be because of that, JP. I think as long as if 10% of your Hall of Fame career came with the team or more, I'm okay with that. But I don't want the Jags to acknowledge Torrey Holt. I don't want the Raiders to acknowledge Jason Witten. Like, Breeze is in the Hall of Fame because of what he did in New Orleans. Like, Jared Allen, I'm fine with every team claiming him. Julius Peppers, I was fine with other teams claiming him. You have free Rebel site? Nope, I'm not, Allison. I'm not. Yeah, Secret Service recruit for Ole Miss, obviously. Yeah, Clay to start for Green Bay makes a ton of sense. You got the 7th seed locked up, you got nothing to play for. Or that part was cut out, yeah, because the NFL was very bizarre on that one. So ball the 3-yard line here. Indiana got to do something offensively in terms of pass protection. 2 attempts for Mendoza, both of them in sacks. Going to start the handoff, get some breathing room, and that's Black down to the 5-yard line before he's taken down the play by Lennon Simmons, the freshman defensive tackle. Right, Brice was a good Charger. He was, but obviously more than 90% of his Hall of Fame accolades. The reason why he's in is the Saints. One at the top, 2 at the bottom. I'll raise the bet if you want, Kamana. I'll raise the bet if you want. Hand off here up the middle. Once again, it's Black, and this time we'll get 5. I get some breathing room, 3rd and 3. Buffalo, I think they're resting some guys. This can affect where the quarterbacks get drafted. I don't think for Mendoza it does. For Simpson, it could. I think this is a big game for Simpson. Longest safety ever. Like, yards-wise? I mean, there have been, like, intentional safeties from the 40-yard line. I think Jets-Bengals 93 has to be up there. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. They're going to motion Brady to the bottom of the screen. Mendoza rolling out. Fires across his body on the run. That's caught at the 17-yard line. First completion, first down. Elijah Surratt. Three catches for 37 yards last time out. Great composure there by Mendoza on the run. Across his body. Just seeing Surratt sit underneath him. That's the connection those two have. Only in a spot where he could catch that ball. Yeah, Marshall's absolutely up there, yeah. For longest safety, yeah. Yards by, yeah, Jim Marshall's got to be the winner. Play action, screen to the top of the screen, and caught to the 25 and down to the 26. Gain of about 8. 2nd and 2. Yards-wise, it's probably Jim Marshall. So Surratt back-to-back completions. And that was a smart play, David. Don't kick it to a dangerous turn if you don't have to. They played each other 5 times that year. In the calendar year, they played 5 times. That was nuts. 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Back to his right. 2 at the bottom now. They're going to go screen pass again to Surratt on the near side this time. And he'll dive. He's not going to get the first. He's going to be about a yard shy at the 27-yard line. We're going to pull to S where Ty will be drafted. Yeah, that'd be cool. Every each quarter. You might be able to do that. 3 completions from Mendoza, all to Surratt. Double screen. You had just 1 blocker on 2 corners and one-on-one play, and there was never any chance that Xavier Brown was always going to make that play. Especially if the sideline is an extra defender. 3rd and 1. Hand up the middle. First down to the 29-yard line. Brought down by Jefferson, but a gain of 2 for Hemby. We got to come on with a tour. Passing yards should mean nothing because they're inflatable? I don't agree with that. Appreciate the tour, man. I don't agree with that at all. Passing yards can mean a lot. I will give you, like, that they can be garbage time. I definitely can. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Hand off here to Hemby. I mean, with that logic, touchdowns can be inflatable, too. So you go garbage time touchdowns. By that logic. Could Bucks claim Brady? Yeah, no, Bucks can claim Brady. Yeah, that's easy. He won a ring with them. Bucks can claim Brady. You win a ring. You win Super Bowl MVP with a team. Yeah, you can absolutely claim him. They might retire his number. There's a Jim Marshall. I think it was like 90. Yeah, the Bucks are more than allowed to claim Brady. Yeah, you win Super Bowl MVP? Yeah, you can claim him. Back to his left. Play action. They're going to send 5. Mendoza, clean pocket, middle of the field. Did he keep the foot in bounds? At the 37, he did. So gain of 33 yards. Mendoza looking comfortable. And the foot is in. Yep, good job there by Charlie Becker, the sophomore. Just running that deep corner route. And they're in plus territory on the second drive of the game. 6-yard safety, he ran the wrong way. He picked up the ball and ran the wrong way. That's how. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. In the pistol here. Right, when 3 just gets a Super Bowl. Yeah, exactly. Stretch play. Black makes one man miss and then brought down the 35-yard line. Gain of 5. 2nd and 5. And appreciate all you guys tuning in for this one. If you like what you see, the like button, subscribe. This episode on the channel. That last play, a phenomenal job there set. Drew Evans, the left guard on the block. Safety is 2 points. Get tackled in the end zone. Yeah, that's got to be the longest. Evans made that play work. Keep him on schedule. Second longest, I think I have to be like intentional safety. Probably like Jets Lions. Or Jets Bengals. Hand off again up the middle. This one's going to be a first down. Another gain of 5 for Black. Before he's taken down. At the 30. Jay Marshall, the dumbest move by a player ever. It's up there. Just holding his block was Bray Lynch, the right guard on that one. Yeah, it should have cost him Hall of Fame. It's insane. If it wasn't for that, he'd be in the Hall of Fame, which is nuts to me. And he helped him win the game, too, at the very end. He made a big play at the end of the game to help him win. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Back to his right. Play action this time. Hitch route to the near side. That's caught by EJ Williams, his first grab of the day. And he'll be thrown down the 21-yard line. Xavier Brown on the stop, but a gain of 9. It's a safety. A safety is when you get 2 points. So that's when you get tackled in the end zone. Butt fumble or Jim Marshall? I think Denver was Jim Marshall. So E.J. Williams, the redshirt senior wideout. This is a very experienced wide receiving unit. Top 3 guys, Williams, Cooper, Surratt. All of them 4 or more years in college. Williams, third leading receiver on the team this year in terms of receptions. 2 at the top of the screen, 2nd and 1. Hand off up the middle. That's a first down for Black. And we brought down the 16-yard line. Still keeping the pile moving, actually. That's still going to be more yards down to the 12. Kept the pile moving, actually put it at the 14. Well, sacks, so, for let's not tell the whole story with Jim Marshall. I don't tell the whole story. He played 282 consecutive games. Like, we're never going to see that again. For a defensive lineman, he also was top 5 in sacks all time when he retired. It was top 5. Yeah, they might break the curse. It's early, Allison. It's early. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom at the 13-yard line. Yeah, that's where they're taking 2 points. Yep. Yes, it is. Back to his left. The give here. Nothing doing. Long drive so far for the Hoosiers. They're keeping it on the ground a lot, and Hemby, stonewall there. A 1-point safety. I'm not sure anyone knows. I mean, I know what a 1-point safety is, but it's very hard to explain. It's only on a conversion, and you run in, you get a safety on the conversion. So rare. Alabama run defense was very good last time out against Oklahoma, allowed just 1.7 yards per carry. Yeah, just so both teams have fun. Let's get a way to look at it. 2nd down. In the red zone. What can Mendoza do? 2 at the top of the screen. Surratt motions and timeout called by Indiana. So they're not going to get the playoff. Mendoza's not missed a pass yet today. We got another tour from Gamana. 5 Pro Bowls or 2 MVPs, Super Bowl MVPs, DPOYs, OPOYs for Hall of Fame. I can see some problems with that. I can definitely see some problems with that. I think it's sort of like the Chargers threw Breeze away. Cards at 2-0, I remember. We all knew they were frauds. I think we all knew the Cards at 2-0. The Saints and the Panthers, we knew, yeah, they're not legit. They're not legit at all. I can definitely see some flaws in that, Gamana. So, Tony Dorsett. Right, the Panthers are not that good. So, Tony Dorsett's not a Hall of Famer under that. So, you don't think Tony Dorsett should be a Hall of Famer? John Stallworth. Not a Hall of Famer. Appreciate the tier, man, but I think it would create so many problems. John Riggins not a Hall of Famer under that. I'm not sure how that would work. I know the Cards match do. We start 2-0, manage to win one game. The Texans could do you one better. Thumbnail back to combo stream? I thought there was a thumbnail on that. Is there not a thumbnail? How's it going, Doc? Appreciate tuning in. The Texans started 2-0 in 2013, then lost every game. They were 2-0 and then finished 2-14. Oh, I forget the real name of Jebediah Springfield. Forget the real name. Yeah, I'm not a Hall of Famer. Right, Carson started 4-0, then went 11 and lost 11-12 to end the year. Well, then the Bucks start 5-1 one year, and then they lost everything. Long drive, very long drive, yes. Yeah, it's been a very long drive. Max of only 25 players per decade to get in? No. I don't agree with that. But guy's worthy of the Hall. He belongs in the Hall. Yeah, I thought there was a thumbnail of the Cannibal stream. No, he is a Hall of Famer, but under Gamana's system, he would not be. So 2nd and 10, Indiana, 2 timeouts left. After that last one. Mendoza 5 for 5 this drive. Went 3 and out on the opening drive, but very sharp drive number 2. You matched job that drop off. Every game was a pick 6. Yeah, the Freeman Bucks. Yep. Got a few hundred in Indiana. Oh boy. To the top, to the bottom, back to his right. Down on motion, Hemi to the top of the screen. Mendoza, screen pass. Blown up immediately. Nowakowski, the tight end, on the grab, but Tim Keenan blows it up. 3rd and 10. Make it more like baseball. Well, you said 25 max. Well, baseball is more than 25 per decade. 3rd and 9, 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. They're going to hand it off here, and that's going to go nowhere. They run it on 3rd and long, and Hemby gets blown up at the line of scrimmage. Alabama was sending the pressure. Well, the playoff games suck now. But they were not that good last year, to be fair. The playoff games were not that good last year. Darby won? Oh, man. So you say 25 max make it more like baseball. So baseball, they have way more than... They have 39 per decade. Not 25. Be a 31-yard try. Yeah, Pro Bowl's not good. The Broncos and Texans haven't lost a single game this year. No, they have not. We'll see if they get up before the end of the quarter. No, I could see it, JP. I could see it. Yeah, exactly, Allison. No more than 5 a year? Well, that's sort of what they do. The problem is that last year they only inducted 3. Which I don't agree with. So clock's at 0. We'll go to the second. McCarthy, or Rasich wanted to get that kickoff. Nico really wanted to get that kickoff, but not going to be able to do so. We'll go to the second. We'll start with an Indiana field goal try when we get back. I not see Arsenal beat Villa 4-1, but that's a huge win. That's going to help them a lot to get first. Help them a lot. Yep, pull time. We'll do it at the half for Simpson, because he only was on the field for 1 drive. So I don't think anything really changes there. Get suspended or ejected twice in your career, and you're eliminated permanently. You do realize even Walter Payton got ejected. You do realize Walter Payton got ejected at one point in his career. Like, no. Absolutely not. Let's do it the half, yeah. So Travis Kelce, one of the greatest sends of all time, he got ejected from a game. 3 players who are on the Hall of Fame to the Hall. Who am I putting in? I'm just going to put in guys that are not eligible. So, like, Tom Brady's not on the Hall, but he'll be eligible, and he'll go in first ballot. Guys that are not eligible, or that are eligible, I would say Jim Marshall, Roger Craig, L.C. Greenwood. Being human should eliminate you from Hall of Fame contention. Then we 6 out of 7 games where at least one team was scoreless at the end of one. Yep. Right, exactly, Tech Matt. No. No, I don't think anyone does. I don't think anyone wants that. I still got the bet going with Gamana. So, Gamana does have a bet where he might win. There is a bet that he could win because there is a $20 bet I've got with him on MVP. I had Stafford. He said Stafford wasn't going to win. Now he might not win, so. So he might only owe me $280 when the Breeze bets happens and not $300. Because that'll all just be announced at the end of the season. That'll be announced the same day, so. I appreciate all you guys tuning in for this. So if you like what you see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe. It does help us out on the channel. If I wins, then 6 of 7 bye teams eliminated. Yep. And we get the meme. Bring a beer bottle in my head. God. Well, I know, yep. No, Russell should be in the Hall of Fame. And Greenwood should be in the Hall of Fame. Absolutely. And Russell should be in. Now it's the great meme resets. Yeah, there's no... The reset itself is going to be meme. The memes will stay. There's not going to be a meme reset. That's it's too forced. You're way too forced. All right, here we go. 31-yard try for Indiana to start the second, and it's good. Tucks inside the right upright. Perfect kick. Indiana's second drive results in 3. Drive that start inside their own 5-yard line. Gets points. Back to big chunk of space. And we go back to commercial break. So now I'll put a poll about Ty Simpson. Having 9 adds to see opposite to me as 10. Yep. Should be home to the Hall of Stupid. Alright. Put a poll up. Three 0 your score. Drive number 2 coming for Alabama. When we get back here. How long does it take for Tom? First ballot? Oh, 3 minutes? Oh, it's going to take less than that. It will take 10 seconds. I think Brett Favre took 8 seconds to deliberate. It will take Tom Brady all of 5 seconds. Be like, so we all agree Tom Brady should be in, right? Yep. Okay, moving on. Right now, it's still, I get it. That was an 84-yard drive, 16 plays, took 9 minutes off the clock. Keeping the ball out of Simpson's hands on that one. On Village Jesus, yep. Yeah, appreciate all you guys tuning in for this one. If you like what you see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe, helps the channel out a ton. Try to grow this community even more. We got 3 games on the docket today. This one, obviously, we did the Orange Bowl. Doing the Sugar Bowl later tonight. Between Georgia and Ole Miss. Should be a fun, fun day. Streaming all the college football games with you guys. Yeah, so far, it's pretty split. Mahomes helping us win another Super Bowl easily. Yeah, he's first ballot. He can do nothing else to do it. My Chiefs with the Chiefs, right? I do not. Yeah, Mahomes, he can retire right now and be in the Hall of Fame. Easily. It's not even close. Hall of Fame induction speech is supposed to last a specific amount of time. There's a time limit. You can't go more than... They changed it to now 8 minutes. It used to be 15, now it's 8. Which I think it's their moment. They should be allowed to speak for as long as they want. Right, rehash home memes is not it. No, it is not. Yeah, Rose Bowl emoji, I do like that one. All right, let's see the poll. Now, many people say top 5. A lot of people have outside the top 10. And about a quarter of you think he's not going first round. Hurts off in trajectory? Potentially. Potentially. It's not there yet, but he's on trajectory. That's still a lot of work to do. All right, Bama going left to right. After that 9-minute drive, offense well rested. Put Hall of Fame induction back to primetime in 26? No, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. They like what they got now with the game on Thursday. Then they get the induction thing. There's a whole ceremony on Friday, and then Saturday would be the ceremony and then a concert that night. And Rose Bowl best logo of all time? Easily. Rose Bowl logo is easily the best bowl logo of all time. Like, nothing will ever top it. It's just so iconic. Stroudo, not even close. Not yet, not even close. Simpson, pro better than Mendoza? I like Simpson a lot, too. Right, average Drews is outside top 10. Pizza here, nice. One the top, one the bottom. Bama going left to right. They'll go on the stretch play to the short side of the field on the far side. Nothing doing. It's Jam Miller. Excuse me, Kevin Riley on that one, actually. He did not carry the ball last time out. Kevin Riley gets the handoff. Now they're 2nd and 10. I might be Jim Plunkett here. He might be. Again, there's still a long ways to go. Moore looked awful. I'm not a Moore fan. He's got a lot of work to do. I'm not the biggest Moore fan. I like Mendoza and I like Simpson. Moore's a wild card to me. One of the top, two at the bottom. Riley in the backfield. They'll go again. Misdirection to Riley. Nothing doing. Gain of just 1. 3rd and 9. Yeah, it sucks on that one, Arsenal. So I do like watching him play. You could have used Carl as a citation. That would be great. Best current player wouldn't make the Hall of Fame retire. Oh, that's a really good question. Best current player. Well, like Drake, like what do you mean by that? Like Drake May is the MVP right now, but he would not be a Hall of Famer if he retired today. You mean like career-wise or just overall? What do you mean on that one? Back to us up. Eva Servant Super Bowl? Yeah, still has a long way to go. They're going to send 4. Simpson stepping up, going to look to take off and run to the near side of the field, looking for some space. Gets a great block. Now, where did he start the slide? I don't think he got there. He did not. So the problem, you're not the first person to say that. The problem is that the background remover does not work with the white. So I have to make it a black outline. I hate it. Believe me, I hate it as much as you do. Why is everyone not named? Yep. I don't know. You swing me on that one, RFK. With best current player, like career-wise. Okay, career-wise. Yeah, he started the slide late, or early, I should say. They're going to keep the offense on the field on 4th and 1. In the Wildcat here, Hill. They're on 34. They're going to take a timeout. Indiana will, at least. I'll put a poll up. 4th and 1. You gotta know where you are on the field. Simpson could have got on the first, but he slid too early. So here's the problem if I try white. I'll show you exactly the problem. Believe me, I am not a fan. Maybe I can go silver? We can try white. I don't think it's going to work. Because I'm not a fan either. I'm with you. Yeah, I'm going for it here. Especially after the last 3 out. Goff? No, I don't think it'd be Goff. I think Barkley. Or no, McCaffrey would be interesting. I think Christian McCaffrey. I'm going to say McCaffrey on that one, RFK. You do search trajectory? You got to do a little bit more. Yeah, white wouldn't work. Yeah, so here's what happens if I do white. Ready? I'll show you. If I do white, the background remover. Indiana looks fine, but Alabama looks like there's dust on it. $100 around the state 3 days ago? Oh, wow. I got time it out of the pocket. Although first half, it's not a huge deal. I can try silver. Just believe me, I was doing the same thing. Looks better. Well, the Alabama logo does not look good. Let's try this again. Well, no, I can't. So, the problem is that... I'll show you. I'll show you. This might work. I think this is going to work. There we go. Now we're good. Brandon Mahomes similar to Mahomes Allen in terms of regular season playoff meetings? Yes, I would say so. There we go. I use the Bama logo half of the other emoji? No, because they count the white circle. You know, yes, I do. I do. I'll link it. It's a bit say I download the bar, and then I have to put the bar in a background remover, an AI tool that removes the background. And sometimes it views the white as being part of the background. But now we're good. That works. That works a lot better. And now we're okay. Oh, the seating. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. The seating's off. Here's a short Canva. I'm a Canva guy. Yeah, the seating's off now. I didn't realize that. Okay, I think that's okay, though. We can leave the seating like that. It does feel that way, Connor. It does. So 4-1, we'll see if they decide to go for it. Indiana took a timeout after Bama lined up with the Wildcat. They're going to leave the offense on the field. Simpson under center. Or excuse. Yep, Simpson under center, punt formation. Going to try and go with a hard count. I'm not sure they're calling anything. I'm not sure they're calling anything. Well, Henry's going to make the Hall of Fame easily. He retired today, easily. And they're not calling anything. So Indiana's going to get the ball back. Although, no, Alabama takes a timeout. So they still might go for it here. 4th and 6, if you take the delay of game, but 4th and 1, because you take the timeout. So they had Simpson on the field in a punt formation. But if you take a timeout, I don't know if you would punt it away. I would not punt the ball away if I'm taking a timeout. Those are valuable. Why give it back to the other team in that spot? And that's why, because they're not going to. They're going for it. They're actually going for it. No nonsense on the punt formation like last time. No nonsense with the Wildcat. They're actually going for it. Just make a decision. They're going for it. This one's legit. There are no more timeouts to take. Wildcat formation. This one's legit. Simpson at the bottom, lined up as a receiver. Jet sweep pass by Hill to Bernard. Stopped. He is denied at the 34-yard line. After all that, Indiana takes over. In plus territory. Oh, I used Canva. Arsenal. So they go Wildcat with Hill. Jet sweep pass to Bernard. And Indiana takes over just like that. You did, but I love it. I love it. I appreciate you a ton, Joe. That was overthought by a lot, yes. That was overthinking to the extreme. Wildcat, which they're ready for, obviously, because they lined up like that earlier because he took a timeout. Then fake punt, then Wildcat. They really overthought that. And a 4 and out, and Indiana back on the field here, already in field goal range. Yeah, might be wondering how I got here. I'm killing the board. Want the top 3 at the bottom. I don't know what that play call was. They'll send for Mendoza. Stepping up. He'll avoid the sack on the near side, but there's a flag. It's coming back for holding. If it stands, it's a gain of 5, but I think it's coming back for holding. That was not pretty. And back it up 10 yards. Might not even matter at the end. Because that's going to be a holding penalty for 10 yards. Alabama on the defensive line looking very sharp so far. They got 2 sacks the first drive. Forced a holding penalty there. Easy call. Carter Smith grabbing inside the collar, dragging him to the ground, allowing Mendoza to get outside. Easy call. 1st and 20. Oh, my clock should not be running. Pity flag. No, that was the right call. Taking the delay of game, then punted. I wouldn't have done that. I would have done the jet sweep Wildcat when he went in the Wildcat early and they called timeout. And legal fireworks shows to the experts. Yep. I just watch from my balcony. I just watch all the magic unfold. Hand off here, Hemby. Trying to bounce outside, breaks the tackle, 40, 35, 30, 25. He's got the first. Roman Hemby. I did not see that, Cujo. First one, nice. Yeah, dumb decision to go for it. No, not to go for it, but the way it happened was really dumb. Ray Lynch setting a phenomenal block there in the second level, allowing for a one-on-one situation with Hubbard, which obviously he took advantage of. They go quick to the line, and that's going to get 3. 2nd and 7 for Hemby after that one. Let's go, Wheels. What Lakers need to get for the deadline? You need I think you need a perimeter defender. I think perimeter defender. Alabama was down 17-0 against Oklahoma last game. Another slow start here. Out route to the near side, incomplete. First incompletion today for Mendoza. Brings up 3rd down. Alabama, their second to last game against Georgia, that's the championship, did not cross midfield until the 4th quarter. Down 17-0 against Oklahoma to start things off. Now in danger of going to my double digits here if they don't get a stop. Alcohol fireworks do not mix. No, they do not. I will never launch fireworks in my life because all it takes is like the risk reward. What's the risk reward with fireworks? If you're not a professional, what's the risk reward? They're going to send 6. Mendoza, skinny post, end zone, touchdown. Charlie Becker, CB with the TD. They take advantage of the short field. Indiana up by 2 scores. Indiana becomes the first team in the history of the playoff to score double digits in the first half of a game coming off the bye. Usually the story slow starts. Not here. If you trade for one, I don't know. But Becker coming down with that. His 3rd touchdown of the season on the skinny post middle of the field. What a throw by Mendoza. And the extra point is good. 10-0. Well, Bama's played from behind a lot this season. They're going to have to find a way to do it again. Short field. They overthink it on the Wildcat. And now Bama down 10-0 as a result. You ever start my grandma's relative family room? My New York City family members are avid hunters and our drink? Oh boy. Look like Swan Super Bowl. That was a great grab. That was a great one. Yeah, but like the risk reward for fireworks. The risk reward, if you're not a professional. If we're talking like just shoddy fireworks. If we're talking shoddy fireworks. Not like Disney. Okay, so like the risk reward. The reward is you get 30 seconds of entertainment. You could just watch the entertainment elsewhere, but you get 30 seconds of entertainment that you're probably just looking on your phone anyways. Doesn't look as cool on your phone. The con is you lose a body part. And 4th bird's eye view. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, like I just watch the fireworks in my apartment. I watch the fireworks in my apartment. Watch everyone else launch them. If you really watch fireworks, go to a show. Just go to an actual fireworks show. Real helmets? Yeah, these are 100% real. A lot of them are autographed, too. A lot of them are autographed. So the top row is all autographed, Jason. So we've got Travis Hunter, we got Malachi Starks, Maxwell Harrison, Matthew Golden, Vinny Testaverde, Jalen Milroe. I got Terry and Arnold. I got Dallas Stern. I got J.C. Latham. I've got Will Campbell. I've got Latu from UCLA. These are all real, authentic mini helmets. Here's one from Boston College. Yeah, these are all real. I flip them out based on the team's playing. So when the NFL is on, I have an NFL background based on the team's playing. So Saturday night, the Seahawks play the Niners. Actually, pass for the Bucks. I can't reach the helmets, but let's say the Chargers play a game. I got all Chargers helmets. Yeah, Joe Miller. He went to the NFL draft, so I got his helmet autographed. It's that one. Yeah, that's a dumb decision. The play call itself. Appreciate you, Jason, on that one. Appreciate you. You know, I have about 1,100 in the studio. I have tons of helmets, boxes on top of boxes. So 10-0 your score. Indiana. The thing with a lot of these teams coming off the bye, slow starts. Indiana saying, not so fast, my friend. It's possible to be a month away. Right, go your fireplace to your home where your fireworks to your home. Yep. Yep. Fireside feels like firehouse. Yes, it is. You can just watch the fireworks on TV. I get if you want to watch them in person, but maybe it's just different for me because I went to Disney a lot growing up. So maybe it's different if like you never went to Disney, but like I've seen Disney fireworks shows and whatnot. I've seen baseball fireworks shows. Get JD back to Mario. Yeah, Crystal Palace sent it 1-1. Yeah, the other games were goalless. Oof. What a strike from Tom Kearney, though. Big point there against Palace. Big point there. Was it 10 to the last 4? Kickoff. Return to the 10 and no space at the 13-yard line. Yeah, maybe your firework. There you go. The first big one. Oh, I have no idea. I don't want to speculate there, but there's usually one today. There's always one today, it feels like. They show the rail call touchdown scored. Yep. Well, they have the radio broadcasts for both teams. Straight at the top of the screen, back to his left. Motion Cuevas over as a blocker. Simpson, play action, rolling out to the far side of the field. Thrown on the run that's caught by Williams. His second grab of the day at the 18-yard line. He'll spin ahead for another yard at the 19. 2nd and 4. Right there at Williams, and yeah. I'm not even sure if the Broncos won that game. I'm not sure that would have happened. That's the crazy part. Like, I don't know if that would have happened if the Broncos won. That's the real, obviously it's tragic regardless, but if they won that game and made the playoffs, I'm not sure he goes out. I don't know. Yeah, I found some injury in Bama. Yeah, Soho men say to a point, massive for them. Yep, massive for Arsenal, too, the fact that that happened. They're going to motion to the top of the screen, Horton. Play action again, Simpson. He'll have time. Fires on the run, caught on the drag route at the 30 and down at the 36-yard line out of bounds. First down for Bernard. Gain of 17. Right, 3 and out could be trouble, but it's not 3 and out. Considering my tradition of not watching the Mummer Spree, there's only so many times you hear sweet Georgia Brown play on the bench. I just watch Rock and New Year's Eve. I just watch Seacrest and all those guys. It's a lot more tolerable now with Rita Ora than Jenny McCarthy, I'll put it that way. Jenny McCarthy was a drag on that show. Jenny McCarthy sucked on that show. Rita Ora is a lot better of a co-host. To the bottom of the screen, the 37-yard line. Another play-action play going screen to the middle of the field to Bernard, but overthrown incomplete. 2nd down. I got the bot. Yeah, so I'm going to say no on that. If I finish with a 7th seed, how upset would I be? I'll say it's not the worst thing. Look, we're in the playoffs. Whatever happens if this one happens. I just don't want to play the Texans. I'll actually be the most upset if we play the Texans. I'd rather lose than win and play the Texans. Handoff, nothing doing up the middle. Bama's run game not looking sharp so far, and Landino on the stop. See one with the vet and one in CBP, both are fantastic. That's awesome. The fireworks shows at Chase Field are pretty good. You know, Anna Ross, yeah, she... that was not the best performance. I'll put it that way. She's a legend. I can't disrespect Diana Ross. She's also like 80 at this point. The best announcer during the NFL, Ian Eagle, J.J. Watt. Yeah, Charles, I think we're going to get the 7. I want to play the Texans because we never look good against them. One of the top 3 of them on back to his left. We never look good against Houston. Trevor never looks good against Houston as well. They sent 4. Simpson has time. They're going to step up and try and run for it. He could have stood in the pocket a little bit longer. He could have stood. He tried to run. And Bama's going to have to punt. I'm not sure if he had anything open down the field. Yeah, he might have had the deep in route. He might have had the deep in. Would have been tough. But he could have stood in there a little bit longer. He did not need to take off and run. Burkhardt and Brady, they're getting a lot better. I think Brady is very enjoyable to listen to now. She's 81, yeah. Look, if I'm still kicking it at 81 and doing that, like, that's impressive. But she's not the best. Punt return here, 30, 35, 40, and diving ahead to the 43-yard line. A good return there, only about 20 yards of net, and Indiana gets it near midfield. This could get out of hand. It could. So you can say that Trevor doesn't look great in general? Well, the last month and a half, he's playing his butt off. He's literally number 3 in the MVP talks. Oh, that's awful, David. That's awful. Yeah, Russell Wilson, yeah, because of Sierra. Yep. Steelers with the 4-play Texans. I think the Ravens win that game. I think the Ravens win. Yeah, Gene Deckerhoff. Yeah, he's one of the OGs. It's one of the originals. Assuming at 81. I don't even know if we'll be alive at 81. I have no idea. So Cowboys fan can sympathize, but it seems like there are certain teams you can't beat. Yep. The Texans are one of them. How's it going, Mark? Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, Lamar's playing. Yep, Lamar's playing. He was full participant. He's good to go. Only the first game, no streaming tonight. Seems to have to change me. Yeah, better than Tech game. I don't know about that. Because Tech stayed in it. Granted, it was really Oregon shooting themselves in the foot, but. Yeah, CBS had to cut off Allison's retirement speech. Which they shouldn't. I mean, he's been there for a while. Chavo was pretty good. But that was definitely not live. Like, I don't know why. Like, why Kansas City? And people were in short sleeves. People were, like, without shirts in the crowd. It was very clearly not. Very clearly not New Year's Eve. Okay, it was filmed October. Yeah, it was filmed in October. I was going to say, it was very... I don't like that. They should all be on New Year's Eve. Brady Fox? Why not? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have no confidence in the viewers. No, neither do I. Neither do I. Yeah, I don't like it when it's very obvious. Like the Christmas parade at Disney, I know that's not Christmas. I know the Disney parade is not done on Christmas. But they at least make it look like it's Christmas. They at least make it look pretty obvious that they give you the illusion that it's Christmas in Disney for the parade. No one is like, yeah, that's live. Yep. People in Kansas City were in short sleeves and no shirts and tank tops in the crowd. Yep, that's legit. Well, that'd be awesome on that one. Gary Danielson Horns, yep. Well, I appreciate you a ton on that one. Love your passion for football. Your knowledge is top notch. I appreciate that a ton. I love hanging out and sharing it with you guys. So appreciate you a ton on that one. Happy New Year to you too. One at the top of the screen, two at the bottom. The motion Cooper closest to the line. Mendoza play action. It's had a good one so far, except for the Bama defensive line is getting heat. That's now 3 sacks taken. Pierre throws him down. Right there, the bogey team. They are. 2nd and 18. Ever seen Disney Christmas up? I've been to their Halloween. Yeah, the Halloween's good. Their Christmas, we went one time to their Christmas when it was Christmas up. It's gorgeous. It's just so crowded. It was an hour wait for Carousel of Progress. I'll put it that way. Is Brady Burkhardt a top 8 duo? Yes, easily. One of the top 2 at the bottom. Handoff at the middle. To the 41. In fairness, it's not unheard of people to go shirtless in Florida or SoCal on Christmas. Oh no, this was Kansas City. So we'll get some of the yardage back from that, but injured player, and that's Black who's down. Just got that handoff. Oh, the concept of less. Yes, I did. With some gambling sites do that? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why it... Because I have a theory. I do have a theory. I do have a theory in mind that I'm going to test to some extent. Yeah, literally hour wait, yeah. Right, no, last time I went to... Yeah, the wait was nothing the last time I went. Christmas time, I'm just saying Christmas time is so crowded. MSU Stewart, they're great. Yeah, Tariq and Collinsworth are great. Right, so, yeah. No, I get you, David. Yeah. I have a theory in mind. as to what happened. But everything is a crazy wait for a game theory, yes. Everything's a crazy wait for Christmas. My theory, I don't want to say it yet. Because I don't want to, like, jinx anything. Don't want to jinx anything. And my theory, I think, is that I leave the bots at, like, because when I start the stream, sometimes I don't stay on, like, I'm not by my computer at that point, and maybe the bots were in for too long and they thought that was the spam. That they were promoting stuff. Wait, 2 hours to Moana, wow. No, I don't know, actually. When I'm testing, well, I tested it earlier today on the stream. I got the bots down immediately on the pregame stream. So I think if I start the stream, I just have to have my laptop with me at all times to do that. I like the Oregon uniforms. I'm not crazy about them rolling up the pants, though. I'm not crazy about that. But 252, try to get that 350 for the whole day. Nice. Get that tree fitty. Yeah, I'm not sure. It depends if they're doing karaoke tonight or not. I have no idea. I could not tell you. Just yet. I could not tell you. But Disney World April, have a great time. I love Disney. I would go back in a heartbeat to Disney World. Go back in a heartbeat. A lot of betting clocks for countdowns. Yep. Buzzrow Pirates team? Yes, they do. They do. Again, I don't know if that's the theory or not. I don't know. Like, I couldn't tell you. We're going to try it. Let's say there was 4 years ago. Lots changed. A lot has changed in the last 4 years at Disney. Where it's not really hot, I could see him having karaoke. Yeah. I don't know. Will I die while I'm live? I mean, I'm live all the time. So, yes. I'm going to go yes on that one. All right, ball the 42-yard line after the injury. Timeout to Black. Same theory? Yeah, no, it's the same theory. Yeah, it's the same exact theory. Have a theory that I'm going to sit on the phone for 2 hours after a huge thing of chili cheese fries. Good way to spend time after dinner. One of the top, two of the bottom, back to his left. Mendoza, they'll send 4. Stepping up, middle of the field. What a dart. And then Nowakowski drops the ball. Catch, fumble, Bama at the 40. No, I have no idea. Are they going to say he didn't catch it? Oh, I thought he made a football move. Hang on a second. Nowakowski. 1, 2, 3. That is close. 1, 2. That is close. They're going to rule no catch. So 3 and out. The ball might have been juggling before the third step. It's not going to matter. I mean, Bama gets it. The question is, do you get the 40-yard line or the 20? Fair catch call 4 and made the 15-yard line. Yep, no fumble there. No fumble. I think it might have been moving a little bit before the third, but that was close. Nowakowski, great hit there. I believe that was Sab on that one. I believe that was number 3. Bama ball to 15. Probably called the Barnes. Well, I found them on Insta, so. But I get the ball regardless. Just a question of field position. You know, Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah, the ride is incredible. OT, I couldn't tell you. Flag for moving the helmet off the field. I think it was coming loose anyways after the hit. It's not accurate in slow-mo, no. Well, it's really the third step. Football was really the third step. Right, it's complete. Yeah, it was actually Lee on that hit. It's completely up in the air. I don't know if they're doing it tonight or not. So the top one bomb back to his left. Simpson, they'll send 4. Hitch route. Caught at the 21 by Cuevas. Down the near side for he's sticking down on the play by Chung. Why is that the case? I don't know if they're doing karaoke. That's why. Yeah, I don't know if they're doing karaoke tonight. Would a third step be irrelevant? Well, so you need to do 2 steps plus a move. Hitch route, middle of the field. That's caught by his back heel for a first of the 27. It's 2 steps plus a football move, which is either a third step, or you survive the ground, or you extend the ball. There's elements to it. 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Back to his left is Hill. 6 to go. So I need to flip the football over. Just realized that. In the first half, Bama going left to right. Down by 2 scores. Hill now motions into the backfield. They'll give it on the stretch play the far side. Hill makes one-man miss and gets to the 33-yard line. Gain of, I'm going to say 6. Ratcliffe on the stop. 2nd and 4. Go quick to the line, empty backfield. Hill now lined up at the bottom of the screen as a wide receiver. 5 wide, 2 up top, 3 at the bottom. Simpson in the gun. He'll snap it. They'll send 5. Middle of the field. That's caught at the 45, absorbing the contact. Ryan Williams, his 3rd grab of the day. What a time for Williams to show up. 3 catches, no drops on 4 targets. He's had drop issues this year, to say the least. D'Angelo Pons delivering the boom on that one. So on 81 play ago, I forgot to flip the ball over. Yo, that was 3rd down, then was 4th down, they punted it away. 1 on the top, 2 at the bottom. They're going to send 5. Checks it down to Hill on the flat on the far side. Gets 3 at the 49-yard line. Boykin on the stop. Simpson 4 for 4 this drive. The red team's going to win? I think so, too. I think a team in red is going to win this one. Now, a team with the red is going to win the next game as well. Some red, at least. 2nd and 7. Best drive for the Crimson Tide so far. College only 1 down, yes. 3 at the bottom. A motion Horton to the top of the screen. Stretch play here. This time it goes to Riley, who gets nothing. Thrown down immediately at the line of scrimmage by Isaiah Jones and Dominique Ratcliffe. No, that wasn't targeting. That catch by Williams, no, he lowered the shoulder. Yeah, Ratcliffe just unaccounted for, able to come off the edge. Covering a lot of ground there, the redshirt senior defensive tackle. 3rd and 7, 4 minutes to go. Or actually, 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom, back to his right. This time is Miller. It's even winning. He's going to win, yes. They're going to send 4. Simpson, clean pocket. Now stepping up, has space to run this time, and he will not slide. He'll get the first with his legs. Then the ball comes out. Got hit at the 42. I don't think he was down. Indiana says they have it, and they do. It's Hoosier football. Isaiah Jones on the recovery. Simpson got the first with his legs, and then lost the handle. Trying to do too much. Yeah, I don't think the ground caused that fumble. Forced out by D'Angelo Pons, the junior corner. Let's make sure it was that elbow down. That ball's out. That is absolutely out. Indiana ball. He was not down. That elbow was not down on either side. Another slow start for the Crimson Tide offensively. In danger of being shut out in the first half for the 2nd time in their last 3 games. Mendoza at the 42. Going to start with a handoff up the middle to the 45 and down to the 47. Again, Black got injured on the last drive, so we go with Hemby to start. 2nd and 5. Absolutely marker. Yep, make sure, hit that like button, subscribe, helps out on the channel. Oregon Indy, reviving the hope that was OG loss for the Big Ten after Ohio State loss? Yes. And again, we will have Oregon in the next game. As the 5 seed, take on the winner of this one. Could be a Big Ten rematch. Or could be Bama, Oregon. Read option here. Mendoza just going to eat the play at the 49-yard line. Come on with the 2, put Bama in the college world was a mistake. I mean, they beat Oklahoma. If you win a game, I don't think it's a mistake at that point. Now, I would have put Notre Dame in over Bama. I would have done that, but I can't really call it a mistake. I think 7-2 just allergic points in the first half. I think Bama might be one of them. They'll take it down to the 2-minute timeout. When we get back, Indiana a chance to make it a 3-score game. I was never an Oklahoma fan. Yeah, the first straight out, India controlled the game very well. Yes, they have. Very well. Yeah, Notre Dame is, and they've, Indiana's been dominant today. The only concern for Indiana has been the offensive line in terms of pass protection. Because Alabama's getting to the backfield. Other than that, defensively, they're having their way. If Oberfield will choose his coach, yep. Yeah, the committee will ensure job security. Yes, he will. Miami on this 100%. He really does, Allison. He really has a shot like that. Yep. You've been really good with the pick so far, Marker. You've been really good. Miami are on their spot. I don't think Bama belonged, but you win a game. I mean, you kind of quell that notion to some extent. Today with the fiber, committee should re-rank teams after every round. We're enjoying the mental gymnastics. Miami might move out, maybe almost moves down. Oh, so not just reseed. Like, literally just move teams up and down the middle of the playoff. Oh, that'd be amazing. That would be so funny. Just move teams up and down middle of the playoff. That'd be amazing. Make Miami like the 2 seed at that point. Which game do you want, Dan? I'll get you on the call for it. We're finally doing to make the call again. Freeman does win Notre Dame. He'll leave for the NFL right after. I don't think that's true. I think he likes what he's got in Notre Dame. He's got a good thing going. Good job security. I'm not sure we want to leave that. Unless you really want to coach pro. But I'm not sure he would want to do that. Which game do you want, Dan? I'll get you on the call. The Broncos lose for sure. Oh, don't do that. But I do think that the Broncos win that game. If they would say almost between Tulane was quality when they made the matchup. It's funny how that works out. Yeah, for basketball. Yes, it is for basketball. We'll go on basketball on this one for Tuesday night. The precedent has to be set for at least one team in all the Power 4 conferences. I think it will. This was just a weird year where a 5-loss team won the conference. This was just a very weird year like that. Where a 5-loss team won. I think now with the tiebreakers, I think that's going to change. 1 top, 2 at the bottom, 3rd and 3. Mendoza, pump fake twice, now flushed out. We're going to take off and run, running out of room, but somehow makes himself skinny at the 45-yard line. Gets 8 up the middle. And a first down. Just a Z-spot concept there. Looking for Cooper on the first read. Wasn't there. Bama collapsed. Mendoza just scrambling around, making it work. Blue D versus Angry Birdhead. All good. Get you on it. Bears, Broncos, Super Bowl. I would think the Broncos win that one. Stretch play here on the near side. Trying to bounce outside his Hemby to the 40. And he'll get out of bounds. Stopping the clock at the 35-yard line. Good run there. 2nd and 1. Oh, what's the point of the pulse? Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, very timely fumble recovery. Just as Bama was getting a rhythm. Trying to drive. I will say Bama does get us up the half. They do get the ball for the second half. But you're down by 3 scores. It'll be really hard to come back. One top, one the bottom. Second down. Another handoff. Again, it's Hemby. He's got so much black on his jersey at this point. So much mud. Took a spill on that last one. Sim retired for good. He's retired for good. He does not like the current climate of college sports. There's no way he's coming back. Now, Indiana's only got one timeout, so you gotta be careful how you manage this, but you are in range at this point. Hemby's probably gonna have to change jerseys at the half. He's got so much mud on it. Clock is stopped with 58 seconds. As the refs are talking about something. That was a first down. I'm not sure what the talk is here. And they might move Miami and Bama up on Muzio Tiaka's quality opponent. I love it. Ever overtake the women's pro tackle leagues? Probably not. There's something about tackle football that people just gravitate toward. Yeah, it's never going to... Yeah, Saban's not going to the NFL. He tried it before. It didn't work. They reset the clock. That was the issue. They reset the clock to 120. That was the issue. Also, they're not giving him the first. 3rd and 1. They're not giving him the first. I thought he got it. Okay, the real from the side, flip him around because they think the other one's better. Okay, they're reviewing this spot. That's a lot of Oz. Yes, that is a lot on that one. He got to the 33. The knee was down. I think he got to the 33. They called it short. I didn't think he was even close to short. It's about the 35. Yeah, it's definitely not the 35. Now, I thought for sure he got the first down. They initially called it first, and then went 3rd, and now they're reviewing it. Taking their sweet time on this one. So after review, they are going to call first down. I was going to say. I didn't think there was much of a debate at the start. But there it is. First down. 83% of you say first down. Mario Kart Rainbow Road Hot Wheel. Oh, that's great. Thought about how you use a gamble which car's going to win. Oh, that's how it starts. That's how it starts, man. Hot Wheels for Christmas? Man, yep. Can never go wrong with that. Around that age, you can never go wrong with Hot Wheels for Christmas. $120 to go. Ball at the 34-yard line. 33-yard line, actually. To the top, one the bottom. They'll give it to the side again. It's Hemby. He'll get to the 30 and will get out of bounds for the 27. Gain of 6 down the near side. And stops the clock. NFL looking the refs officiating the playoff. I probably couldn't see that. Because they're going to be on assignment for NFL things. If the seasons didn't overlap, yes. But the fact they overlap, I would say probably not. Two on the top, one on the bottom. They'll send 3. Mendoza checks it down. It's caught. First down the 20, 15 in the red zone. It's Jonathan Brady. His first of the day. That's black. Number 8, not number 0. People on the backfield. Go quick, out route, near side, caught. Gain of 6 for Nowakowski. At the 9. 50 seconds to go. Time not an issue for the Hoosiers whatsoever. You wonder now if Bama starts taking timeouts to stop the clock themselves. If at all possible. I can see that card. Belichick and Saban. I can see that. The Streamers are doing very well. Streamers are doing very, very well now, which is awesome. You guys have been awesome. College ones do really well. 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. Back to his right. We're going to motion Nowakowski over. Simpson hands it off. Diving to the sticks. He'll be right there at the 5-yard line. Black. They're going to give it to him? They will. At the 5-yard line. 38 seconds. 1 timeout for Indiana. Back to his right. 1 at the top. 1 at the bottom. Mendoza takes it. Handoff again. Black. Down to the 1. And timeout called with 20 seconds left by Kurt. You figure now it's 2 throws and then a run. The strength of schedule, I will say, Oklahoma's strength of schedule was pretty good, but they did not look impressive. Mateer was not sharp. So no timeouts left for the Hoosiers. You're at the 1-yard line. And Novak, don't hate it. It's not Torbert. That's all I care about at this point, not Torbert. 23 seconds. That's what they put on the clock. I don't get OU Bama. Yeah, I don't get. I don't have the criticism for the other ones. No, not at all. Adrian Hill. Yeah, Hill and Torber are the ones I care about. Not getting. Right, took me water rails. Yeah. Yes. No, I saw it, Allison. Yeah, 32%. Yes. It does. The coverage reps, I don't get it. Giants-Cowboys means nothing. I don't get why that game is being televised to so much of the country. It makes no sense to me. 2nd and goal, I formation. Play action, Mendoza. Of his back foot to the back of the end zone, wide open, caught, touchdown. Omar Cooper, the redshirt junior, makes the grab in the back corner of the end zone. So we have 3-score game in favor of the Hoosiers. Mendoza, 2nd of the day. They've scored just about every time they have the ball since the opening drive. Indiana taking Bama to the cleaners. A statement that I don't think was possible 2 years ago to say. Shows the job that Kurt has done turning this program around. Alabama, the powerhouse dynasty for years. Indiana, a no-name in football. In the cellar for years. 2 years later, who would have thought that? To be all 10, conference for 10 largest, but I think some conference for serve a home playoff game. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with the format. I don't know what they'll do. Who would have thought that at the start? Yeah, I think it's about right. Yeah, I think it's about right. Omar Cooper. 2 years ago, if you said Bama will be back in the Rose Bowl in 2 years and get smoked by Indiana, I'm not sure anyone would believe you. Bama was down 17-0 against Oklahoma to start off that game. Down 17-0 here. They do get the ball to start the half. They're in a precarious spot. Country wants to see the Cowboys? Well, I'm not sure they want to see the Cowboys if they're playing for nothing. Like week 18. Not sure about that. Kickoff end zone touchback. All at 25. Scared of playing more than 8 conference games. Maybe a group of 6 school gets in only if they have a top 15 team. Yep, I no problem with that. There you go, Allison. There you go. can see that sports stuff too. I can see that. Bama's not even going to try anything. They'll go into the halftime break. They'll take a knee. 17-0 your score. Anything we'll do about this game compared to OU? Yes. The difference is Mendoza's playing out of his mind. I never trusted Mateer. I think that's the big difference. I'm not sure they can stop Mendoza. They don't make mistakes offensively. Oklahoma does. Base with a fiver. Appreciate you, man. 3 first-out shutouts for the first 3 quarterfinals. Yep, Ohio State getting shutout. Oregon shutting out Texas Tech. And now this. Right, it couldn't be a committee. It would have to be like the BCS rankings. UFLB 2 swim? Yes, it would. Times fire to board? No. No, I don't think so. Appreciate you, Base Tug, as always. Get you on the call for the Duke game. No, Indiana's rubber bounce. Yep. Absolutely. Mendoza's just game manager 2019, bro. I mean, he's really good. Who gets the ball to start the next half? Alabama gets it to start the half. Bama gets it out of the halftime break. It's the good news for the Crimson Tide. The bad news, they're down by 3 scores. Season on the ropes. It ended in Pasadena 2 years ago. In danger of ending here. As Indiana 30 minutes away from a spot in the Peach Bowl with a rematch against the Ducks. Which Indiana won the first one. Halftime break? No, we're going to stay on. We'll stay on for the halftime break. Now we'll come back. I doubt it. I'd be very surprised. We'll see, though. We'll obviously see. Still plenty of time left. I mean, we've seen crazier things happen, but... Who voted Bama? Let me see what the money line would be right now. Alabama's plus 1,300. Indiana's minus 5,000 to win. We have some Bills. Nice. Nice on that one. Yeah, Wes Welker was amazing. Wes Welker, one of the best slot receivers of all time. So underappreciated in many ways. Fire alarm is the only thing that could save him. Yep, the fire alarm is all that could save him at this point. You mean down 17-0 in 2 quarters? You can get back from 17-0 in 2 quarters. You can, yep. You can. It's going to be tough, though. Ty Simpson Bowl? Oh, boy. Oh, man. Has a big death program on stream? Yes. It's happened a few times. It's definitely happened a few times on stream. But ChatGPT or Chris Lewis was calling him Cayenne Robert. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Farlow gone off after that month? No, not yet. They fixed the problem. So, apparently they fixed the problem. When they got the fire department in, there was something that was faulty. I think that was what happened. So, Bama hater and a Vol fan. I'm pretty satisfied with the first half. Oh, I get you. Want to come back? No. Nope. If you do not like Bama, you are loving this result. If you are a Bama fan, or you do not like Bama, you just want to blow out. Yeah, cartoonish value for how many catches he had. Oh, you has to go, Mike. Appreciate you tuning in. Just for the fire alarm batter for us. Appreciate you tuning in, Mike. So we are at halftime here. 17-0. Bama getting blanked. Another shutout first half. We have not seen a team with a bye week win a playoff game under this format. Indiana 1 month off. No layoff there. Pick it up right where they left off. No rust. No hangover. So wait for the poll. We're going to leave it up until we'll do it after the next drive. We'll do it after the next drive. First college football in history to have 2 blowouts in a row? No, we had plenty of those back in the day. Oh, for the first, 10 years, we had, no good semifinal games. So we're going to have it again? I have it a few times, but it was just, it was like a faulty wire that they fixed. Or rather, Indiana win in a blowout than Bama win close game. That makes sense. Should we Notre Dame in Indiana? Yeah. And I was never high on Bama make the playoff. I did the job against Oklahoma, but I was always a Notre Dame Miami should be in. I was always Notre Dame Miami. Was very adamant about that. The halftime break right now. Bama's ball to start the third. It's the one good news for Alabama, so you do get the ball to start the third. So the only thing that's right now. Little graphic? Well, I have that. I have the football indicator on it. I put the football next to who's got the ball to start. It's run nice. Gotta love some pizza. I put the ball over who's got it. Notre Dame, did they get a non-play bowl game? Well, it's funny, they declined. So they would have gotten it, obviously. They didn't want to play in a bowl game. So Notre Dame got invited to a bowl game, and they were like, no, it was playoff or bust. We're declining the invite. We felt so disrespected. We're not going to play the game. New Zealand's the only other one that allows it? I'm surprised New Zealand allows it, because I know Australia doesn't. Plan for a Rose Bowl themed parade prompt has turned into a full-blown storyboard. Oh, God. Oh, man, that's awesome. I'm not sure we're doing OT tonight. I honestly couldn't tell you yet. Let me check. Nope, nothing yet. I will let you know in OT. Right, Notre Dame playing the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Yep. They hate fun. Notre Dame hates fun. Oh, you're good, Keller. Yep. You're good. We're allowing euphoric right now? With Indiana? I don't blame you. It should be. This is insane. Indiana 2 years ago, who would have thought they'd be in this spot in the Rose Bowl up by 3 scores against Alabama? Who would have possibly thought? 8% chance. I think it's more than that. I think it's way more than 88%. Yeah, a few teams tricked to bowl games. Some due to coaching, some because they were 5-7. They have to get all their guys back, which I completely get. Text one of the... Well, it's not about texting the band members. It's not about texting. They're going to post on Instagram. Or they'll say nothing tonight. When a game's under a timeout, my mind is blown. I don't blame you. I mean, just the idea that, holy cow, this is Indiana football now. Yes, that's the reason why, yes. The rain is the reason why there's no... Because you don't want to damage the field. But they cancel some of the performances because of that, too. I don't want to mess up the field. Best in Rose Bowl history? Ooh... I would say, Texas USC was the best, but that might be second best. If you're winning 2 or 3 games each year, you're finishing 2-10, 3-9 every year, and that's all you've known for your whole life, and then this happens. You're in the Rose Bowl. You're up by 3 scores on Alabama. I would be flabbergasted. Yeah, that was pitiful, Roll Tide. Yep. And not a good half. Not a good half for Simpson in the offense. Not a good half for the defense. It's been bad for Bama. They do get a start the second half, but it's pretty bad. They waited until it was in the rule split. Players also would have been good earlier. And yeah, suffer from the Bama did not belong to the playoff. It's not good right now for Alabama. They beat Oklahoma, but they play from behind. Oklahoma Georgia's best Rose Bowl. That or Texas USC. And Texas USC has to be number one. Yes, we should win the playoff over Alabama. I'm Notre Dame fans right now. I want to say Texas UC was breakfast for a title. No, the quality was better. I mean, the ending was great. The players, I mean, I don't think that. I don't think at all. Success rate, Indiana, 61%. Yeah, they were good. Keith Jackson was so good. In his heyday, Keith Jackson is as good as they get. So MTV is still on the air. They're not showing music. Every other MTV channel is out. MTV is still there, but they're not showing any music. But MTV is still in the air. The other channels that they got, like MTV Classic, MTV VH1, like stuff like that, that's off. Membership in Oklahoma? Yeah. Well, I've always said, I think Notre Dame Miami should have been in, but I don't think Bama should have been in. I think teams we see it, I think Baltimore gets the 4. And then I think you're right on the money on the... Actually, I'm going to go Philly as the 2. Right, the 24 music channels are no more, yep. So about MTV Classic, I did like that channel. But yeah, those are no more. But MTV is still around. Remember the box? Yep. My music TV does not show music. The Learning Channel does not show learning. History Channel does not show history. Even Travel Channel doesn't really show channel. MTV has not been music since the early 2000s. Except for that one day where Prince died. The one day Prince died, they just did nothing but Prince songs. I was like glued to MTV during that. Yes, I watched videos in the 90s. Yep. Yes, it is. Have not cared about music since TRL. They tried reviving TRL, but it's not the same. It's a relic of its time. They tried reviving it back in, like, the late 2010s. It doesn't work as well. And part of it, too, is that you didn't really have boy bands. Versus you had boy bands in the 2000s. Well, they showed out that Ridiculousness is canceled? I have no clue. Probably just reruns of Ridiculousness. They have like 35 seasons to go off of. You could show anything. Why not? I appreciate all you guys being here for this one. TRL was their favorite show. No one is a big deal to watch and see who is number one. Yeah, will Backstreet Boys, would NSYNC win, or would someone else just completely throw a wrench in everything and take the throne? Same when MJ died? I don't remember if it was the same when MJ died. It might have been. I mean, Fat Bum Girls is a great song. One of my all-time favorite Queen songs. I wish they had that at karaoke. I really do. I wish they had that one at karaoke. You like them show, they have them show too. On that note, speaking of karaoke, let's spin the wheel. So I have not done that. Let's spin the wheel really quickly. See what we got. Half off a karaoke for this stream, and this stream only is going to be, drum roll please, a bar song. All right. I'll take that. A bar song is a song that's half off for karaoke. $50 for any song on the karaoke list. $25 for a bar song. Oh, I like college bands. Let's do for the wheel. Yep. Oz of the tour. Cornwave yet. Sit shuffle. I have not heard of Cornwave. I have not. That sounds interesting though. Just the name Cornwave. I don't even know what to expect with that. Which game do you want? Oz, get you on the call for it. Appreciate you, man. Which game do you want? Michigan, Penn State, Duke, Louisville, Georgia, Florida, St. John's, Butler. I mean, I do play a lot. I think it's better in like college basketball when they don't play on every play. Is it a wholesome tune? Yep. Nope. Not so much. Face of throwback hip hop station? I think they do. I mean, I'm really a satellite guy. I don't really do a lot of FM. So, I'm assuming they do. No, it's not OT. No. It is not OT. That is from the karaoke wheel just because. So I forgot to do it at the start. About 10 minutes to go or thereabout until the second half starts. 17-0 your score. No, it does not, JP. No, it's got to be one shot. One shot for all the marbles. Feel like you're a fan of the opera every play? Yes, you were not wrong. Well, pen? Get you on pen. Appreciate you, man. What's with that trend the last decade? Beats me. Beats me. There's some good FM stations by me, but I just don't like the commercials. Sadly, you know you're not getting commercials. So I've always been a serious guy. And so the second half of just a little bit. Indiana dominating this one. 17-0. It all spans every play. That's a great use of the emoji. That's really good. That's a really good use of the emoji. The only good news for Alabama, they get the ball for the second half. You want halftime stats? Give you two. Mendoza, 10 for 12, 93 yards. 2 touchdowns. Simpson, 10 for 13, 64 yards. But a big fumble. Alabama not running the ball well at all. Just 29 yards on the ground on 11 carries. So under 3 yards a carry. And not been a good running team all season. That has continued. Indiana close to 100 yards on the ground already. Not a lot of chunk plays for Indiana, but just slow, methodic movement. They're staying on schedule. Braves use of the best. I think the Chiefs use the best. You know, he's probably unsurprised. He's 100% unsurprised. I think it's one of those weird ones where if it wasn't Alabama, let's say that the roles were flipped. Let's say Alabama was Indiana and Indiana was Bama. I think people would take Indiana, would take the team up 17-0 twice and not even think about it. Like if this was Indiana with the same resume that Alabama had and the same players, and then Alabama with, I don't know if that makes sense or not, but let's say Indiana was Ohio State and Alabama was Kansas State. I don't think anyone will be shocked by this result right now. With the same exact roster and everything. The punk without the Hayden? Ooh, did not know that. Remember somebody named Boogie? Boogie Smart? Oh, man. Yeah, it's not that good. I mean, they're undefeated for a reason. They're undefeated for a reason. I think Bama's played from behind way too much as of late. Against Georgia, against Oklahoma, now this, I think it's coming back to bite them. The Georgia game really exposed Alabama. The SEC championship really exposed them. If you can get to Simpson, fluster him, get him out of sorts, it's a brand at this point. Yep. It's a good way of looking at it. But don't let the logo influence you. So I had Indiana win. I think what did I have by 10? I think I had by 10 on this one. Like the strokes at times? Okay. Hang up with that, Oz. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you a ton on that. So the second half in just a little bit here. And we're live later time for the Sugar Bowl. Ole Miss against Georgia. We are guaranteed an SEC team in the semifinals, regardless of what happens in this game, obviously. We got the rematch of Georgia Ole Miss from earlier this season where Georgia won on their home field. In a close one. Fun game. We called the first one between the teams. And won by 10 Eugene. Yeah, they're a good team. They're a really good team. A darn good quarterback. Yeah, that line's doing millions. Yep. Set up for a media career for a long time, too. So we'll get an ACC team in the semis, a Big Ten team, an SEC team, and then we'll see if we got a second Big Ten or a second SEC team with this one. Yeah, Kirk's at this point. I believe it's the most boring brand of football in the conference. You have Indiana winning 31-10 as a result. It's effective. National Championship, we play the Rose Bowl every year? No. Too inaccessible of a stadium to get to. It ruins the allure. Yeah, I think it's going to do color commentary. I'll get a bag to do it. Better shot than Natty? At this point, Ole Miss. Because Bama's down 17-0. So, I think the team that's tied at nothing, well, the team that's down by 17 with 30 minutes to go. Team was the biggest meme athlete in history. Scalabrine, I think. Because Tebow, at least, I mean, he won a Heisman. I mean, Tebow was one of the greatest college players of all time. I think the greatest college player of all time. JaVale McGee might be up there. Big Ten champ always play Rose Bowl? Yes. JaVale McGee might be the biggest meme athlete. I'll start the second half in just a little bit. Yeah, I think it's still start somewhere else. He's still got some left in the tank. Not much, but I think he's got something left in the tank. Drake May going to win the MVP? I think at this point, I would vote Stafford, but I think May will win MVP. Put 5K on Bama? Oh, I don't know about that. Well, if they do come back, you're going to be the richest man on the planet. I want a cut of that. You put 5K at plus 15,000 odds. Happy New Year to you. You found out the night game feels weird? No, it's the Rose Bowl. Right, Tim Tebow's college bowl's GOAT? Absolutely. Plus 1160. Oh, those aren't the best odds. You get plus 1,500 on FanDuel from when I last checked. But you would win, what? About 60K. I want a cut of that, man. I want a cut if you can do that. I do think there's an argument, actually, for that, Kamana. I do think there is an argument that May won his division. Stafford didn't. So I get it. Kickoff. End zone. Touchback. Bama going left to right. Indiana going right to left. Crimson Tide, another slow start offensively. The holy journeyman on that one, yep. Holy journeyman there. Rose Bowl starts Super Bowl again. They don't have enough. It's just so much of a pain in the butt to get to. The problem is that the Rose Bowl, besides the fact that the seating isn't the best. I mean, the aura is amazing, but it doesn't have the amenities, and the parking situation, getting there is a nightmare. Jay Singleton, Offensive Player of the Year, I think it's very likely at this point. Him or Puka. One top, 4 at the bottom. Screen pass here on the near side. That's caught by Williams. His 4th of the day, but blown up immediately. Loss of 3. Boykin takes him down. I'll probably say AP won MVP in 2012. The Vikings sit with the North. The difference there was that the Vikings sucked. AP put that team on his back. That was also the greatest season by any running back of all time. So it was a little bit different. Yeah, I don't think you can, James. I don't think you can. 3 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Right, SoFi Super Bowl for the Rose. Yep. And now go back to the Rose Bowl. Riley motions to the top of the screen. They're going to send 4. Screen pass. Stick the line incomplete. Tipped by Landino. 3rd and a mile. The most undeserving MVP ever was either Mark Mosley, 82, for being a kicker, or 87, Elway winning over Jerry Rice or Joe Montana. Because he had Rice and Montana split the votes, and Elway just snuck in there. So I think Ojo was better. I mean, I can't hate on that. 2,000 yards in 14 games. I can't hate on that. But I think if you have to remember, too, Sports Talk, this is coming off an ACL. Like, today, I'm not sure that'd be the best ever, but doing that with a ACL, we thought it was a career ender at that point. They're going to send 4. Simpson in the flat to his tight on the far side, Cuevas, and he can't make a man miss. Brought down the 32-yard line. Thrown down immediately on the play by Sharp. Well, not Mosley. I mean, a kicker can be, but because Sports 725. Ooh. Maybe Nealand? It might be Nealand, actually. For an active player to die? Yeah, it might be Nealand. Better running back in college, Herschel or Bo? Ooh, I would say Bo, but that's tough. The punt here. Field the 22 and brought down the 20. Quick 3 and out. Indiana takes over right at the 20. But Reggie White was also insane that year. Yes, he was. OJ was doing outdoor. I feel like that actually works to its advantage. I feel like it's easier to run outdoors than it is in a dome. When it comes to trying to bring a guy down. Long can walk to the store? Oh, man. They give out the award before the most important games are played. Well, it's a regular season award. They have playoff awards and then regular season awards. Euchre's a good pick, too, yeah. I'm not trying to count that. That's, I think, like athletes on that one. Yeah, IU's defense is insane. To the top of the screen, they're going to give it on the sweep to the near side. Temby at the line of scrimmage will get out of bounds at the 24-yard line. 2nd and 7. 6 weeks ago, I could have said about 10 to win the conference. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. With how they looked at non-conference play. Brady Mansion won MVP in 2012. I mean, you look at how bad the Vikings were offensively. That's one of the few times I mean, I know it's a quarterback award at this point. The Vikings were second from the bottom in passing yards. Christian Ponder had like a 1-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. They made the playoffs. Head over the middle. That's going to get about 5. Which team do you think would suck more if they lost their quarterback? Well, the Rams have a decent backup, so I think the Pats would suck more. Right, Foreman died when that happened, yes. Man was starting 2012 with the neck. That was the year after. So Manning came back from the neck in 2011. He won in 20. He was good in 2012 with the Broncos. Oh, is it pretty simple? Oh, yeah. Probably around the meetings. Probably like October. What's all busted in the NFL? Ron Dane. That's a good pick. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. QB draw. Mendoza to the 35, down to the 36. I would say you could also look at Monty Ball as another pick for that. Ron Dane's a very good pick. Kajana Carter. No, that was injuries. Yeah, Vikings got punked in the wild card game against the Packers. Yep. Just hand off the whole time. The Butters still threw a fair amount of passes. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Richardson. That's a good pick, too. Back to his right. Sweep to the near side. It's Black at the 40-yard line down to the 41. Wendell White. Oh, that's a great pick. Bush and White in the backfield were so good. No, they wouldn't have anticipated them losing on 10 attack. No, they would not have. Never in my life expected Indiana ball teams to look scary. They say the Big Ten reputation? No, their reputation was never in danger. The Big Ten's reputation was never in danger. 2 at the top, screen, 1 at the bottom, back to his right. You know, Dangerous was not that good. Play action, Mendoza flushed out to the far side. He'll take off and run at the 45, 50 out of bounds to the 48. Ball came out, but doesn't matter. Got the first down, ball was out of bounds on the sideline. The Jets and Bears saved his career. Yeah, I don't view Jones like it's weird, because when I grew up with Thomas Jones, he was a beast, but obviously with the Cardinals, he was not good at all. You know, Reggie wasn't a bust. Reggie was a solid player. I still should give you the highest ceiling. I think they have a top 5 pick without Peterson that year. Again, the other thing you have to remember too, or was all in mid, yes he was. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom, back to his left, swings out to the near side. It's Cooper behind the line at the 45 and down at the 41. No, the defense was mid, just forgot about because they made the playoffs. And remember, the final game of the season had to win that one to make it to the playoffs, and Peterson ran for like 200 yards. So everyone was watching final game nationally televised 425 against the Packers. He ran for like 200. And the other thing too, again, nowadays ACL, it sucks, but you come back from it. That was thought to be a career ender. AP changed the game. Before AP, ACL was year and a half, you're out. Head over the middle here. That's a first down for Black. I'll break a tackle down to the 37-yard line. Or more than that, I should say, 34. Reggie and Desmond Howard were a flourish in today's offenses. Yes, absolutely. Reggie joined the NFL too soon? I think they joined just the right time. Yeah, everyone thought Houston was crazy. I remember that. Yeah, they thought Mario Williams, no chance. Then it leaked the night before. I remember watching SportsCenter the night before going to bed. It's like, wait, Mario Williams number 1? Like, what? Right now, Howard was one of the best kick returners of all time. Receiver, not so much. Like, Washington had a top 4 pick. They have the number 4 pick in the draft in 92 after winning the Super Bowl. Because of the trade-up. Sweet play. That's going to get about a yard for Black. Comeback player of the year for sure doesn't mean he's most valuable. Well, comeback player went to Manning. I think that was one of those where... Because Manning came off the neck injury. That was one where you wanted Manning and Brady to get... Or Manning and Pearson to get something. You couldn't not have one of them not win an award. I mean, the argument in sports stuff, the argument is that the Broncos made the playoffs with Tim Tebow the year before they got Manning. Not saying that Manning wasn't good with the Broncos. Obviously, he was incredible. Not saying they elevated the team because he did. They'll send 3. Nothing there. Mendoza's going to take off and run at the 30, diving it down the 25-yard line. 3rd and 2. The only Super Bowl MVP to go to returner. Yep. So it should have gone to White. I think that the vote, you could look at the vote in terms of for MVP that year. Again, I'm not saying you can agree with it, but I think the logic is, look, the Broncos the year before with Tim Tebow at quarterback, one of the worst quarterbacks out there, made it to the playoffs, won the division. Broncos did the same thing with Manning in 2012. Granted, Manning was better, the team was better, but Peterson, what he did, that team's a top 5 pick team without him. Replacement level quarterback, the Broncos are still probably okay. 3rd and 1. Mendoza, deep shot, near sideline, open, end zone, caught! Surratt! Three touchdown passes for Mendoza. The projected number 1 pick in the draft. You can see why. You can see why. Mendoza. A 6-minute, 79-yard drive. Yeah, DeMarcus worse than Tebow, yes. No, Jamarcus he didn't have the work ethic. Yeah, the Broncos did get lucky that year in 2011. Greatest free and second Super Bowl era history? It's up there. I don't know if it's number 1, but it's definitely top 2. Or no. I can't even say that. Top 3. It's top 3. I don't think it's the best quarterback. Now, Manning's a better quarterback than Drew Brees, but I think Drew Brees, that signing was better. Clarification, I had not. And Jay Carvey gifted membership. Appreciate you, man. Get you on the... You wanted Penn State, right? I think you wanted Penn State. Appreciate you, man. Gut wrenched. Recognize him, inner circle. It's essentially 4-score game. Yep, at this point. Yeah, Brees and Reggie White, I would say, were the 2. Bears on the 48.5 mark. There's not going to be a lot of time. Bears going to do it, they'll regret it. Yep, they got to lose on Sunday. Against a banged-up Chiefs team, but they got to lose. Appreciate you, NJ Card fan, as always. Yeah, Manning was a great free agent signing, but he was only here 4 years, obviously, and for a year and a half, he was not that good. Oh, yeah, it's Big Duke. Yep, my bad on that one. My bad. Flip that around. There we go. No, where should get the quarterback? Stefanski not saying with the Browns unless they trade for Mendoza? I mean, I don't think he's safe regardless. Yeah, become the first team in the history of the format to win after getting a first-round bye. Yep. Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised got Sunday night. Oh, I'm not. I thought it was going to be a Sunday night game. I was never... Seahawks Stars was a good pick, but I just think the stakes mean more for AFC North title. Joe Man for 2 months now. Best college football game of the year. NFL game of the year. Gonzaga winning March Madness. I think UConn wins March Madness. Best NFL game. Rams Seahawks. The Bears Niners is up there, as is Jaguars Chiefs, and of course Ravens Bills. But I think Rams Seahawks was the best game of the year. Bears Niners is an awfully good pick, though. But I like the OT ending to that. Best college game of the year. Whew. I love the Big Ten title game. ACC title game was great too with Duke. Hawaii Bowl was fun. Notre Dame Miami was really good. Florida State Virginia was a really good one. Oh man, there's a lot of good picks. I'm going Big Ten title for the best college football game of the year. And Magdalene Someone only went to Denver speaking with all. Yep. You know, Kansas State's another great pick. Yes, that's another phenomenal pick. The whole landscape of the NFL is vested if I went to LA, New York, or Chicago instead of Green Bay. Yep. Was the team ever trade for a player after he's drafted? It's happened. No, it's happened before. Very rare, but it's happened. Problem is that the team doesn't really want to give you up at that point. But it's happened. Pops are bowl the People's National Championship. Yep, I love that game. That was a great game, too. Crazy comeback. Best game of the potential matchups for the 4-5. I mean, we saw the Panthers against the Seahawks and the Niners. They didn't look good against either one of them. So I want to say the Bucks against the Seahawks. Yeah, Reggie White, Drew Brees are the top 2 free agent signs. Manning is 3. Kickoff, end zone, touchback. I don't really pay too much attention to it. Don't really pay that much attention to that spear. So at the 25-yard line. Is Simpson done? Wait, did I see Matt coming on the field? Hang on a second. Did I see Matt coming on the field? I did. Wait a second. They're benching Simpson. Simpson's getting benched. I think. I see Matt coming on the field. Are they benching Simpson? Wait. Hang on a second. Austin Mack is in. He got my call. Yep. Ty Simpson. He might be a bit banged up. Might not be fully healthy. Might be it for Ty Simpson in his collegiate career. Yeah, might be hurt. I don't know if it's an injury. Yeah, I'm trying to see if it's an injury or not. But was it overhyped? No, it was not overhyped. Yeah, I think it's related to the injury he had in the first half. Yeah, I think it's related to an injury he had in the first half. Ramatana was a trade. Yeah, took a shot on the previous serve, yeah. Yeah, he was a bit banged up in the first, but Austin Mack, the redshirt sophomore, we'll see what he can do. 13 for 16 on the season. Where's he going in the draft? I'll put a poll up. Put a poll up at this point. Browns fans told me Belichick and Kosar did not like each other. They did not, no. Kosar got very unceremoniously cut. And Ethan transferring, not surprised. Coaching change and all that. Especially if Rocco Beck goes to Penn State. Going out a big stinker, could be. How much should we do the Volt chant meme? I'll do it for 20. Why not? I'll do it for 20. I got 20 on that one toasted. Why not? You do Cleveland Cincy for 1 o'clock on CBS. I know it's for the sack record, but I don't want that. That'd mean nothing. Hey, OJ sighting. Really killed it with USC. On that note, Indiana taking a knife to Alabama's chances at winning this Rose Bowl. I'll go 20 on that one toasted. So Scott, I go to appreciate you a ton. Place fellow you on the telecast. That means a lot to me, James. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you a ton. Austin Mack, the new quarterback. Right. Taekwon Underwood. Yeah, I remember that. Super Bowl 46. To the top, to the bottom, back to his left. Cuevas in motion. Mack takes it. They'll send 4. Going to check it down in the backfield to Miller. He'll be pushed out of bounds at the 25, maybe the 26. Daniel takes him out. 2nd and 9. It says if you go 10, actually. I'll go 10. For the Duval chant, I'll go 10. Yes, if you go 10 toasted, I'll do that. Trying to come back with Mack. We saw this happen with Tua and Hurts in the SEC Championship all those years ago. They'll send 4. Mack flushed out, rolling out to the near side. Going to take off and run at the 30 to the 35 and out of bounds to the 38-yard line. Pushed out of bounds after a gain of 13 by Eden Fisher. It's been strained his self-esteem. He slammed someone to the ground pretty hard after that 3 and out. It will be. Yes, it'll be the meme one. Yes, it'll be that one. Yeah, I'll do it, Toasted. I will do that. He took a shot while trying to run. Yep, on the fumble. That might be the thing. One of the top 2 of the bomb back to his right. Yes, it might be done at this point. It's going to be Mack's team the rest of the way in all likelihood. Hand up the middle. Hill. They've not gotten the ground game going all day, and they don't get it there. Gino just won. I don't think there's a 2 moment coming. If there is, it'd be insane. Will he fire to board Shensa and Tuscaloosa? There'll be some. He's not going to get fired, though. Yes, Dolphins are hiring Troy Aikman as a consultant to the GM search. Which is a bit odd. I think Troy would say, wait a sec, why would you, with the GM, and not get rid of the coach? Soon tonight, we're doing the Sugar Bowl. We're doing the Sugar Bowl. I'm not sure we're doing overtime, so. Be one of the greatest comebacks ever. It would be. 2nd and 8. They'll send 4. Mack. Deep shot near sideline. Open. Caught the 35-30. Bernard 25. Out of bounds to the 23-yard line. Longest passing play today for the tie. Gain of 37. Down the near sideline. And Mack is 2 for 2 to start this one. Just a little stick and go route. Messmaker Huggins going to Oklahoma State with Eric Morris. Oklahoma State yet. Coming to the Dolphins, I think he was the hot name last year with the Bears. He didn't interview well, but I could definitely see him now that the Bears are good. Just had Bernard on a linebacker. Bernard's going to win that battle more often than not. Or someone's Dolphins connection. Yeah, not Troy Aikman. And timeout call. They're all out of sorts. No one knows the formation. Williams was in motion. They were still getting set. It's not great. Not great on that one. So Mouse going to take timeout. They'll have 2 left. Everything fell apart for the move, which I get. Everything would fall apart for most teams after a move. I know you want to tune out outside distractions, so that's a little bit different. Because Bama defense won't matter. Yep. Team talking about Montana Tech while recapping the non-conference schedule. Well, if they're a Montana fan, or Montana announcer, they're probably just going to be biased to some extent. And plus, use a South Park telecast. That'd be fun. I would love that. A lot of people think it's not first rounder. Nope. I get it. The team was in Incubator unofficially for what became the Pats' Ravens success. Yeah, a little bit overstayed. Because remember, that team didn't make the playoffs the first 4 years after moving to Baltimore. $24-0 your score. Timeout, call all 2 left. So during this stream, I'll do it for 10. I'll do it for 10 if you want. For the Duval champ. I'll do it for that. No issues there. Can Atlanta get Simpson? If he falls to round 2, yeah. I don't think he's going to fall that far. Because you want the 50-year option from the quarterback. You want the 50-year option. More for Sunday. Who's going to miss more? Depends on who you ask. Highmark or Travis Kelce? Man. I'll miss Highmark. I'll practice related to sports. So I don't practice anymore. I don't practice. I do this full time now. So I'm very fortunate to be able to do this full time, have this great community that watches my vids and watches the streams and gives money on streams and supports me. And I'm so grateful for that. So I don't have a law practice. But I do a lot of copyright stuff every day. I do a lot of copyright stuff. Helping people have a fair use and whatnot. It just means less. How's it going, Jonathan? Appreciate you tuning in. We're not family friendly, but yeah, Mr. Hanky can be the ball. Oh, yes. All right, Kelvin Tedder. Duval. Appreciate you, man. Duval. That'll be the new pronunciation if they win the Super Bowl. That's going to be how they pronounce it. Mac, on the run, fires, caught at the 8-yard line. Cuevas, they're in the red zone for the first time today. Simpson, New York? I doubt that. First and goal. It could be like sarcastic ball. It could do that. Some probably what Dave will swing to be the head coach for 27. Oh, man. I got the bot. I'm looking to get on the board with Mack in at quarterback. Again, Simpson banged up. They'll send 4. Mack. Pressured, flushed out to the 4, second to take off and run at the 5, and will lower the shoulder, getting 4, second and goal. Back about all good. Height to the Rose Parade. That one's over. QB controversy? I think to some extent, yeah. Influence stream. I might have. I don't know. I didn't directly influence him. Yeah, Mac makes me start next year. Yep, he looks good so far. I mean, it's early, but he does look pretty good so far. Yeah, I love that with Butters. Who cares if the coach wins the opening press conference? Well, I thought he did. It's funny. I thought he actually did win the opening press conference. I liked it. Obviously, the only thing that people remember was the way he said Duval, but I thought it was very refreshing. Swings it out to the near side. It's caught probably worse than he caught the ball because Hill going to keep the clock running. Losing 5, third and goal. And Mac looks composed. Yes, he does. A few years ago, if you said Indiana would be ranked #1 boat racing, Alabama the college football playoff, everyone would call that person insane. And here we are. 3rd and goal. Like, I love the press conference from Cohen. I was all in on him from day one, but obviously the way he said Duval was just nuts. They have to reset this clock, right? Yeah, I was going to say they have to reset because they just set the ball with 8 seconds. So they moved it to the right hash from the center hash. So, reset the play clock. 3 minutes to go in the 3rd. Back to his right is Hill. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. 4 down territory. I don't know. Depends where you are. Hill to his left. The motion Bernard over. They'll send 5. Wheel route. Incomplete. I think you're kicking here. Brooks, the intended target. First time Brooks has been targeted today. Now how hard it is to get 3 2-pointers. I think you might kick it here. Don't hate either decision. Well, quarterback controversy, I mean, if Bama comes back and wins this one. Udinsky will not. No, I don't think Udinsky will. He's very young. He's what, 29? He's about my age. He's like 29. He's not getting interviews. Campanelli will. Campanelli will get interviews, and I'm terrified we're going to lose him. Because he's a fiery guy. I love the guy. It's weird, like, having a guy that is going to get interviews. Field goal here. Good. Bama on the board. Dr. George gifting 10. Who's got these? Chris, Robert, Lord Godshot, Golden State, An Amazing Red, Lord Tebow Baggins, Leslie, Benny, Master Key, Rockwell. Appreciated it, as always. Which game do you want? I'll get you on the call for it. Holy cow, you guys have been hot today. Across the streams. Appreciate it a ton, as always. 24-3 your score. Bama on the board. They'll avoid the shutout, but still down by 21 with a lot of work to do. But maybe had something going with Austin Mack at quarterback. Hey, maybe all right. The way to do that is to put it on the St. John's game. There we go. 7 more field goals in 7 minutes, 15 seconds. Yep. Yeah, Ryan Grubb, not crazy about him. Slow developing plays. That sequence took too long because they reset the ball and they still took it down to 3 on the play clock. It took a minute off the clock doing nothing. He was, yes. Grubb was that guy. 18 minutes of the game. I need no more than 21 points thrown up. I think I'm in a pretty good spot. A 5-step pass for an inexperienced quarterback. Yeah, not great. Not great there. Yeah, melancholy for Mac at the rate we're approaching the theme in 27. I want no grub. Oh, Kubiak's taking a job somewhere. Kubiak's taking a job. Just right over here. Chill Jugs, the score keeps going up. That was a long drive. I think you're okay. Still plenty of time, but I think you're okay. But 24-3. Indiana still by 3 scores with about 2.5 to go in the 3rd. Mendoza, 3 touchdown passes. Looking every bit the number 1 overall pick that people project him to be. We got the Sugar Bowl later tonight. Georgia, Ole Miss. For the final spot in the semifinals. Oh, the Joker Art so said replace disabled. Yeah, I don't know why. Is that too bad? Can we actually see who will replace him? They'll probably just promote from within. Probably just promote within. Clip Ringarian as an assistant? Probably not. Sam Rockets Smith was looking on the west side of the stadium, so the sun doesn't get into their eye. I did not know that. That would make a lot of sense, right? I don't know that, actually. Kickoff, end zone, touchback. I think it's wherever the camera is. The same side of the the camera that runs the broadcast is. You have Salvador Mendoza from the press box tonight? Yes, I am too. You gotta lose to the Chiefs. I think it's Dad's retired at this point. It's probably they do add him up on price right. Oof. Georgia Ole Miss, if it's gonna go under, so I can make my bet. They just seem to turn the locker room when I take the first drive. I'm not sure. Half of the middle, nothing doing. Second down. Yeah, I question a lot about DeBoer today. So a lot about DeBoer. Yeah, Monken, if Kubiak goes somewhere else, yeah, Monken will get some looks. Kiffin in the luxury box, the Sugar Bowl, sitting next to Louisiana Governor. Yeah, I could see that, yeah. Sell block Kubiak from Leaving? No. So for a head coaching job, they can't. You can't block a guy from taking a promotion. One on the top, two on the bottom, handoff. Nothing doing. Black going nowhere at the 27-yard line, taking down the play by Ivan Taylor. I get that sports talk, yep. Oklahoma overrated or Bama lucky? I was never an Oklahoma guy. I did not like John Mateer. I thought they were just scraping by the skin of their teeth. I was never an Oklahoma fan. Third and 8. If you force a 3 and out here, all of a sudden, don't want to say you're right back in this thing because it was a 3-score game. But it's not over. Problem is they've not been good defensively today, especially on third down. 6 for 9. One of the top, two of the bottom, back to his right. Mendoza in the gun. They'll send 5. Looking down the near sideline. Caught. Breaks a tackle. Nowakowski to the 40. 45, 50. 45 out of bounds to the 43. Indiana 7 for 10 on third down today. Gain of 30. Just check it down to the tight end and let him do the rest. So that was only chance here. I don't know, only chances here. I mean, you can replace coordinators. A whiff there by Red Morgan. He makes that tackle. They're short, 4th and 2. You're able to punt it away, force a 3 and out. But a whiff by Morgan, and then a good block there down the sideline by Elijah Surratt. Yeah, I want to keep Camp. I really want to keep Camp and Ellie for another year. Ceiling with Mangum to keep Underwood, Marshall, and Marsh. Well, I'm not crazy about Underwood, but I think 10 and 2. Him in the middle. That's a first down, and then some to the 30 down the 28-yard line. Black. Gain of 15. Gets him in field goal range. They'll take it all the way down. Why don't you just go now? Why? They'll take it down. We'll go the 4th. You'll do well most games. Go 70% on third down. Indiana, 15 minutes away. They had not been to the Rose Bowl since man landed on the moon. Be their first ever Rose Bowl win. Become the 12th different Big Ten team, not counting teams that won it in the pack. A 12th different Big Ten team to win. So the 11th one to win the Rose Bowl. I'll put a poll up. McDaniels, no chance. Josh McDaniels, no chance. I think too much could be a problem. I'm with you there. Yeah, Underwood didn't look great, but him with more feels like Lawrence with Meyer. To some extent, although the fundamentals are not there with him. The fundamentals are there for Trevor Lawrence. Johnson 5 are going to be 0-3 the quarterfinals. Pick Georgia tonight, so it's over there how you choose. Light Oregon, Night Indiana. I got Sean Michigan. Appreciate you a ton, man. It's coming hot today. See, Kubiak being a head coach in waiting, Payton says retire again. I could not, no. I think with the health stuff, I don't see it. It's basically money line's free. Most money line is free. Yeah, of course, it's driving back for the Sugar Bowl. All good. Right, he's going to be back for year 3, easily. He'll be back for year 3. That would make sense, Neil. of all the teams in the Big Ten to join the conference before the new millennium, Indiana, the only ones that ever win the Rose Bowl. They're 15 minutes away from doing just that. So we got Georgia, give me them and Florida for best. All right, we'll do that. So I need to put... So I misinterpreted that. So give me a second here. Give me a second here. So I got you in the weekly predictions. Cannot adjust my pick now. No, you cannot. I can't do it yet. Right, Clint Kubiak, yes. Yeah, I'm not sure about that for coach and waiting. Kubiak will get a job this year. I don't think it's... You can't do like coach and waiting if they're not on the staff right now. That's why Moss always points north. I did not realize that. That side of the wall of the building is always cooler. It's almost things that like you never pay attention to, but then once you realize, like, oh wow. 1st and 10, the 27-yard line. 15 minutes away from history. Gain of 2 up the middle. Or am I getting another coach's job? No. No, I think he's untouchable at this point. Just have to hold on to the ball here. Make it basically a 4-score game. Will Kubiak go? I think Cleveland's going to give him a look. Vegas could give him a look for sure. I think Vegas. If I'm Vegas, I'm like, wait a sec. You can get the #1 pick. Your Kubiak, offensive mind? Yeah. Stretch play here. 1st down. Black. In. Touchdown. KB. TD. Indiana. Up by a crap ton. 27, soon to be 28-point lead. The redshirt senior. His 8th rushing touchdown of the year. Indiana back to the 1st round by curse. It'll be the first team off a bye to win a playoff game. And man, I'm not calling it early. No. Extra point is good. 31-3. All good, Detroit. All good. Who says the bye is a bad thing? Indiana destroying Alabama. A dominant offensive showing for the Hoosiers, who have now scored on 3 straight drives and have scored on 5 of their last 6. Black, close to 100 yards rushing. Indiana, 180 yards on the ground. Compared to just 48 for the Crimson Tide. At some point, the team is going to break the slump, and what a way to do it. Last year, Indiana made the playoff, but a lot of people criticized weak schedule. Not sure how good they actually were. This year, there's no debate. This is a darn good team. Dr. Pepper commercial? Should we? From country right now, rightfully so. Here's Black, redshirt senior. Hemby? I think they're just rotating. They're just rotating guys, because Hemby's playing. I always do Alabama hate watch. This is not the same band we all grew up to hate with a passion. No, it is not. Very clearly not. Kick out Alabama, replace it with Miami. I'm not opposed. If it was first find hole in one, or it became hole in 1 or 2. Not as good off the tongue with that. So can Indiana win the Natty? I had Indiana Ohio State rematch. The Dr. Pepper-inator. I like that. And just so good both sides of the ball. Yes, they are. Good ground game, good receivers, great quarterback, great defense. I mean, this team is just darn good. How many flip every noises? That is true, yes. Wait, a second, you look from the NFL, but he's going out with the bang for sure, yep. Anyone high to? No, nothing. Pepper, pair the pepper. I love it. 25 Indiana or 24 Ohio State? Right now, it's 25 Indiana. Just because they have a better coach. I don't have vocalizations. Nope, not in real life. Yeah, 25 Indiana's a better quarterback. But it was the first overall pick to come from Indiana? I think so. I think it'd be the first one. I think it'd be the first ever #1 pick from Indiana. I'm missing someone. Kickoff, end zone touchback. Oh, no. I am missing someone. He'd be the second. Corbett Davis, 1938. Corbett Davis would be the second pick. That's a good trivia question. Corbett Davis was the first pick in 1938. Les Bowling was a while ago. If it's OT, well, we're doing the Sugar Bowl after this, so we got one more game. Well, at 25... The first #1 pick out of Indiana in close to 90 years. One at the top, to the bottom, back to his right. Mack, play action. They'll send 4. Looking for the deep shot, not there. Now flushed out to the far side. Bama going right to left, going to fire on the run, and that is out of bounds, incomplete. Just throwing that ball away. And yeah, this is going to be Ohio State and Alabama. Back to back. That's a great, that's an athletic trivia question right there. Corbett Davis. So picks him by telegraph, pretty much. They did in like a coat closet. To the top, one man back to his right. Mack, they'll send 4, pressured, sacked. Thrown down the 15-yard line. Kamara. Yeah, landing is... Not looking forward to the rematch. I don't think. It's like, oh, we got round 2 against these guys. Just a whiff on that block by Michael Carroll. And Brailsford doesn't know who to pick up either. It's a great combo there. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom, back to his left. Mack will snap it. They'll send 4. Looking down the far sideline in the direction of no one. Incomplete. How many handful guys from the Hoosier D? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, like, in terms of classes and whatnot. I know Pons is going to go pretty high. I like Fisher, too. I do like Aiden Fisher. Almost giving Georgia a run. I think they can. It's going to be tough, but I think they can. Only 2 teams to beat Indiana, Georgia and Miami. Feel that way. They're going to get a punt it away. I think Bama's, I don't know about waving the white flag, but down by 4 scores. 4th and 20. Not a great punt, down to the 36-yard line. Took a good bounce, at least, to the 36. So, turned out to be a pretty good punt, but did not land very, very well. Fantastic pass, first down marker. Yep. First down marker was a person. That would be a heck of a throw. Rollins was at Georgia by 7. Yeah, that was a fun game. That was a shootout. That was a really fun game to call. Yeah, last year was one bloodbaths. A bit disappointing. Yep. Especially, I mean, I thought this one could be. Oh, Georgia Stream effort? Yep. For Coach Quartzford and Kurt, yep. Yeah, beats Oregon again. They play like this, they do. I mean, Oregon has not looked... I mean, defensively looked out of their minds, but... offensively, they've shot themselves in the foot a lot. They really have shot themselves in the foot a lot. Offensively. I think Indiana, if they play like this, they could beat anyone in the country. We have to see if I have to say now. Quality loss. Lost to an undefeated team. Quality loss. The last Indiana Bowl victory. It's been a bit. It's been a bit. The last time they won a bowl game. The Copper Bowl. New Year's Eve, 1991. They beat Baylor 24-0. Paul Feinbaum was someone got on Boulder during this game. How's he on CT, man? The Copper Bowl. 35 or so years ago. Even a possibility the Rose Bowl could ever top USC Texas with the not being able to be a natty now? Nope. Nope. That'll forever be the best Rose Bowl of all time. Not sure if it's hot take. Pac is no longer Power Conference. Neither is Big 12. Pac no longer Power Conference. That is agreed upon by a lot of people. Big 12. I still think Big 12 is Power Conference. All gonna hate Indiana soon. I don't know. They suffered so much. They got a few years being really, really good before we all hate them. The memes with Indiana's coach, yes. The mighty 91 Bears of Baylor. Yeah, Trey Carew was the IU quarterback. He is now the color commentator on NFL and CBS. Her makes 16 look like Pete Carroll. So this might be Mendoza's final drive. Depending on how it goes. But I'm not throwing here. Ball to 37. I'm just killing clock, running it down their throats as he's been doing all day. Back to his left. Hand off. Hemby, nothing doing. Brought down the 35-yard line. Hill Green on the stop. All right, Big 12's like 5. Yeah, I was going to say, Big 12's a power conference. Pac-12 it's not. Pac-12 is in that tier with the American. Indiana will play Oregon. Yep. Rematch of a very good game from earlier this season. I think that was the game most people realized, okay, this team is legitimately good. That was the day people realized Indiana's a darn good team. Like, they're here to stay. Handoff again. Hemby down to the 39. This one over? Pretty much. It's a 4-score game with 12.5 to go. It's as close over as it can be. Hey, Brandon Whitman, yep. Right, obviously, we dominate 20 before they become hateable, yeah. They got to win back-to-back natties before you become hateable. This at this point is it's not a Cinderella. It's just a feel-good story. I mean, you haven't won a bowl game in 35 years. You can't be hateable. Let's see if we got like Pavia. Like, you can't hate Mendoza. One on top two, about back to his left. They're going to throw. Flushed out to the near side. Mendoza on the run. Fires. Open. Caught. What a throw. What a throw by Mendoza off balance at the 25 on the corner route to Cooper. To throw a dime like that on the run, being pressured, men in his face. Yeah, this guy's going first overall. This guy's your number one pick, boys and girls. This guy's the number one pick in the draft. I mean, that's an insane throw. He is picking the best game to have a game of his life. The best game to have a game. Hand off here. It goes to Hemby. To the near sideline, down to the 18. Call it 5. 11 minutes to go. Texas, USC, Michigan, Alabama, Georgia, Oklahoma. That's a good top 3. It's a really good top 3 for bowl games for Rose Bowl. TCU, Wisconsin was great as well. Right, exactly, James, yeah. Don't like them Ohio State fans. I'm not supposed to like Oregon, Indiana. I mean, Indiana's just there. They've been there for so long. No, I wouldn't say that. Hand him up the middle. 15, breaks a tackle. 10, 5, good night. Hemby. Roman Hemby This feels like the fall of the Roman Empire right now. Bama getting steamrolled. We are in all-time beatdown territory. Hemby, the redshirt senior. Draft numbering coming out? Well, the draft happens in late April. It's East Wisconsin out. I put that above Michigan, Alabama. Never known Indiana have a good football team until this season. Yep. Oh, that's good, Oz. That's good. The tackling's been atrocious. I'm not sure Mendoza plays again this game. I wouldn't play him. And now plus 5,000, you're losing your money at that point. Yeah, get out. SC9 have a good bowl season. No, it's not. Well, they're guaranteed to have a team in the semifinals. Because they do play Georgia Ole Miss. It has to be the first team, if they're getting a bye, to win a playoff game. They're more confident in QB succeed in the NFL than I can remember. Wow. Franklin succeed for Virginia Tech? I think he will. I like Franklin a lot in terms of he couldn't get him over the hump, but he can get you to the hump. This is a phenomenal beatdown right now. Jordan wants to have $10, 10 times 20. Nice. Yeah, Flaming Hot seat. I think his seat's warm for 25. Also extra warm. Well, he was on the field already. Mac's been in for a while now. Simpson got injured, so he's been on for a little bit. Does Fickle have any promise to watch Wisconsin? No, he should have been fired this year. Fickle's a dead man walking. Stuff, they're already dead. Yeah, is the one taking the rollers remaining? Nope, they don't. It's like March Madness, like every other college bracket. Fixed seating. So they'll play Oregon. And Miami takes on Georgia or Ole Miss. Call the dogs, put the fire, the hunt's over. Let's see back in the house, we never left. We'll see. Yeah, this is just like fun to laugh at right now if you don't like Bama. Oh man. This feels cathartic for so many people. There's so many people around watching this game just having cathartic feelings. Still the L.A. Pasadena, yep. Oh, the sun is setting on Bama's season. Right, Day's job, no. Day, that's insane. That's insane. Now, DeBoer, I think his seat's a little bit warm. If they have a bad season next year, it would not shock me if he's out. It might still us. It might. Yeah, it might. Someone check Fine Bound to see if he's correct right now. Oh, man. What a bloodbath this has been. As a prospect, I mean, he's so ideal. I really like Mendoza. What are future Fiesta Bowls? They are next Thursday and next Friday. We're live for both of them. That's so commercials, yep. Be live for both. Frank Alfaro going to semifinal losing. Well, he got fired the year after. DeBoer's not getting fired this year, but his seat warms up going into next year just a little bit. 38-3. Kickoff, touchback, 25-yard line. Trying to get the emojis in. Here we go. 491. That's what I was trying to do. 25 Rose will suck. 2026, hold my beer. Did Johnny Cash sing a certain song for DeBoer? Five Batman could sell right now. Chris, right, he does to some extent. I do kind of see the resemblance. James. I'll do it live, yep. I'll do it live. Oregon, Indiana, when they play again, I got Indiana. One of the top two of the bottom. I had that as my matchup going in. I'm going to stick with it. They're going to send three. Mack, middle of the field, that's caught the 35. Knee was down. Horton on the hitch. Gain of 10. A brutal schedule. Oregon, Indiana, the Peach Bowl. Fiesta Bowl is Miami against whoever wins Ole Miss against Georgia. October is Murderers Row. One of the top two of the bottom. Mack, quick little hitch to the far side. That's caught the 40 out of bounds to the 41. Horton back-to-back grabs for him before he's taken down the play by Hardy. I think Mendoza's in that tier alongside Burrow. I think he's in that tier 2 of guys. I feel like you have to be the guy for multiple years. If that makes sense. To be generational. Like, Manning was the guy for multiple years. Lawrence was the guy for multiple years. I feel like you have to be the guy for multiple. I put him in that Burrow tier. Time and days, 7:30, Thursday, and Friday. I think Fiesta Bowl is Friday. To the top, one of the bottom. They're going to send 4. Mac, tip to the line, and that is should have been intercepted. Hardy, right in his hands. 4-6-4 time in position group. How good is it? A position group? It's really good for anyone who's not a running back or a wide receiver. Every other player? That's great. Maybe not an edge rusher. Or no, not corner, obviously. Not corner. Corner, not good. Safety, Wide receiver, really bad. Running back, okay. Not great. Offensive line, you're a stud. Quarterback, really good. Tight end, really good. Front 7, pretty good. 3 at the bottom, 1 at the top. 3rd down, they're going to send 6. Mac, near side, out route, caught, 50. Bernard, gain of 9. Right, Towns always been the only real reason to drop was the drug rooms. Well, I'm not sure about that, because also, you have to remember Marino, he threw more picks than touchdowns his final year. The Carson Beck Revenge Bowl? Yep. That'd be a fun one. Please look at my medical bracelet. Had been intercepted, that was going to be a touchdown. Yeah, running back, that would not be great. Wide receiver would be worse, though. Be worse for a wideout. 2 at the top, 1 bomb back to his right. Ball at the 49-yard line. They're only going to send 3. Just don't allow the deep shot down the field. Max swings it out behind the lines, caught by Hill. And Hill brought down immediately at the line of scrimmage. Gain of just 1. Boykin on the stop. Bama score Chris Paul? Yes, this would be a Chris Paul score. Bama has not been able to break any tackles. Indiana is surefire, steady tackling team as they come. 4 from Bama. I don't care over joining today. Michigan Penn State is winning. All right. He gets you on it. He gets you back at number 1. Appreciate you, man. Get you on. All right, good, man. You're good. Don't have to worry about that. Don't have to worry about that. I got you on. Appreciate you a ton. Tight end? No, that'd be fine for a tight end. Mac, spinning around, sacked. The 42-yard line. Third and 17. Look at the combine in 25. Well, George fared away because I won the first game. Yeah, tight end, that would be really good. That'd be the fastest guy. The top 40 time for tight end last year was 4.63. That'd be really good. They're going to try some trickeration. It's a double flea flicker. To the near side, Williams makes the grab to the 45-50. Williams, he's got space to the 40, 35, and Ryan Williams down to the 32. That'll be a gain of 26. Rodgers, I don't know how he fell that far. And a first down. So good job there on the flea flicker. They get the blockers out in front, some trickeration. See, to me, the 2, I want to see a number, my post, all right? I'll put it to a vote. Appreciate you guys. You may have to call us back, baby. And timeout called by Indiana. Trying to get their defense sorted out after a bad sequence there. Gonna play till the final whistle. I'll have 2 left. And C2, you're still a bit behind. You're still... You got some catching up to do, C2, man. You got like 400 XP to catch up. So you get to the top 3 and get the number. Yeah, they're going to break the curse. If Alabama comes back, it's the greatest comeback of all time. No, they're breaking the curse. This one's pretty much done and dusted. Very much done and dusted. How much Lewis gets traded Rodgers stretch first overall? Oh, man. I think it's more than just NFL history that changes. 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Actually terrified what happens. Swings out. Williams makes the grab on the far side. Out of bounds to the 27-yard line. Here's out 12, yep. Yeah, they're going to get a lot of guys that could potentially get drafted. So I bet me like $100+, but somebody says it's going to stay under 48.5. Well, I think it will. I mean, you're at 41 right now. I don't think Indiana's going to score. They're going to take their time. I think they're going to put the backups in. And Bam might not score this drive. Yeah, I think... Well, I mean, in terms of NFL history change, I mean, the Niners win some Super Bowls. Instruments tomorrow? Yeah, we're going to be live for the Holiday Bowl. And then I'll see what else we're doing. I'm not sure yet. Mac, pressure on the blind side. Screen pass that's dropped. Riley had space in front. Down the sideline. Had a huge convoy there. But third down. Of course, what's quarters on this? Yep. Right, that's was bad seating. If Brady's a first-round pick, what happens? It depends where it goes. They played again, Bam would easily win. I mean, I think Feinbaum's right. If half the guys on Indiana got hit by the stomach bug and the other half got hit by it with a meteor, I think he'd be right on that. Williams motions to the bottom. One at the top, two at the bottom. Swings it out to the far side. Hill loses a yard. Fourth down. No, not the first. No, semifinals for next week. NFC South up for grabs. Yep, it's between the Panthers and the Bucks. Outside NFL history. Oh, about Rodgers? Yeah, I'll tell you how. I'll tell you how. And this might open a giant can of worms, which I don't really want to get into. But one on the top, two on the bottom. They're going to send 5. Mac, hit. Can't get rid of it. Loses the ball. Picked up at the 33-yard line. Indiana will take over on downs. 17 dreadful players, man. How's it going, Jenny? Go Indiana? Well, they're in a good spot right now. Up by 35 with 5:41 to go. I think just for the backups in at this point. All right, so here's how. Here's how. Rodgers gets drafted. First round, 2005. He plays well. What are the Niners not doing in 2012 when Rodgers is coming off an MVP season? Who number 1 that year in 2000? The Browns. You root for comment, hit the field? Yep. Rodgers just won MVP in 2011. Let's say he does that again with the Niners in 2011. What are they not doing in, or going into, not 2012. What, 2010, he wins the Super Bowl with the Packers. Let's say he does it again with the Niners. What are they not doing in the second round in 2011? And there is your answer. I'll just leave it like that. One at the top, one at the bottom. Hand him up the middle, down to the 36-yard line now. Alberto Mendoza in the game. Alberto Mendoza, the brother of Fernando, coming in. Yep, exactly, Steven. Yep, exactly. And how does that change everything? Half of the middle, gain of 2. When I was saying, what happens if Rodgers was the first pick by the Niners in 05, not Alex Smith? Now, Rodgers in 2011 deserved the MVP. I mean, that was an insane season. Alberto Mendoza in the game. Fernando replaced after a phenomenal performance. Alberto's going to run for the first down, the 43-yard line. Yeah, that's what I mean, Michael. Yep, that's exactly what I mean on that one. Rodgers going first in 2005 changes a ton. How much would it change if Brady went to the Browns? I don't think it'd be as good. Because expansion team, I mean, that would have been a disaster behind that line. It definitely changes some things. Yes, it does. How's it going, Michigan Sports 2 podcast? Yep. Happy Ohio State lost, I'm guessing. could have done Rodgers my division with Harbaugh, so thank goodness it didn't happen. Yep. Reserve at least once. Yeah, I think 09 was his best chance. Mendoza keeps it on the read optional, get a yard. Again, it's Alberto Mendoza in the game, the sophomore quarterback. Fernando, his day is done. 3 touchdown passes. He'll be the #1 pick of the draft, and there's a lot of reasons why. Oh, Rodgers to the Browns? 0-5, how different things have been. And they killed so many quarterbacks' careers back then. I think still would have been pretty good. And I keep Alberto next year? I would think so. Browns never left, and Belichick drafted Brady. Oh, man. Dynasty. So I think it becomes serious containers. After 23, no. So quarterback situation was not sustainable. 2020, I did. Yeah, because I liked Baker. I thought 2020, yes. 2023, I did not. They were obvious regression candidates because that quarterback situation was not sustainable at all. I think a lot of people were wrong about Alabama at this one. 3rd and 5. They have to get a playoff. You're looking for IU. You just a little bit. I think IU's going to win. I'm going to take a wild guess on this one. I will give everyone in the chat right now, if you hit that like button and subscribe, I will give everyone $1 million if Alabama wins this game. That is a promise from me. Handoff, up the middle, nothing doing. Well, they're going to have to punt. They're going to have to punt, you know? Make sure they like button and subscribe so you can potentially win $1 million. They got a shot. Bama's going to get it back. Golden Cinch rules apply. Putting a lot on the line here. I have my 7.5. Yeah, they smashed that. 4th and 5, 2-minute timeout when we get back. Indiana, 2 minutes away. Actually, we have an injured player for Alabama. Jordan Renaud is down. So he's being tended to during the 2-minute timeout. Taking pennies? Yeah. Alabama wins during 10 memberships. Ooh. I'm going to be out like $20 million. So. I'm honestly surprised you can't bet Alabama money line at this point. I'm actually a bit surprised. Just to like sucker people into like giving them your money, just as like a joke. Like how many people you think would buy on that joke? I throw $5 down on Bama at just any money line. Like why is it close? I get why it's closed on Indiana. Why is it closed on Bama? 2-minute timeout? I do. Yes, I do. As ever made all good states, man. They'll at least Indiana make it a game. Yeah. I'll give it $64 million. Yeah, that'll be like a 10-point game. I thought it'd be one of those where first half's pretty close and second half Indiana pulls away. Not this. Not BTA the entirety of the contest. Remember most points in 2 minutes? By one team, I have no idea. I know the Ravens-Vikings game probably has to be the closest in terms of combined. And the Bills against the Chiefs in the playoffs. Real barn burner, yep. Not supposed to seem like a position group. Corner have the fastest time. Yep, usually going to have the fastest time. Corner will usually have the fastest. So. Or a receiver. BTA 6. Yeah, holy BTA on this one. I'll link the next stream, by the way. Because we got one more game after this. Hopefully it's a bit more competitive than the first two today. Now what's the vet record too? Much more entertaining blow than Oregon, Texas Tech. I think it depends. FN's got what they deserve for saying they're going to dogwalk IU. Yeah, anyone said they were going to dogwalk IU. I don't know what they were watching. Clearly we're not watching Alabama. Clearly we're not watching Indiana this year. One side of the Rose Bowl, red and white. The other side, empty. I think it's easy to tell based on the configuration, which side is which. Oh, don't even tell me that's a false start on Alabama, or offside on Alabama. Jumped offside. They jumped offside, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down. From bad to worse. Yeah, mix of who's not going to. Yeah. Whose Rose Bowl was more epic? JSN or Darnold? Ooh, I'll go JSN. Yeah, for you, but more entertaining. Yeah. If you don't like Bama, I completely get how this is more entertaining than the last one. Bama never going to win. We'll see August 26th. Quality loss for Alabama today. This is a very quality loss. Jordan game starts at 8:10. They're going to take some knees. I don't think Bama's going to take a timeout. There's no reason to. Couple kneel downs. I'm not sure I bet. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. It's Saban said that about every single game he played against like FCS teams. But I mean, this was just insane. I think DeBoer that he opted to kick that field goal. Otherwise, I think it would be a shutout. I think so too. And saved about $20 million. Man, I really have to sweat that one out. The curse is broken. For the first time of the 12-team format. A team with a bye wins a playoff game. And the teams that are not coming off the bye are now 6 for 7 in terms of winning games. Bama the first to go down, 38-3. A dominant victory. First bowl win for Indiana since the Copper Bowl in 1991. They'll get the rematch against Oregon in the Peach Bowl next week. Bama lost the Rose Bowl 2 years ago in heartbreaking OT fashion. This one not so much heartbreaking. This one just a bloodbath. It's destiny. But we will see an SEC team in the semifinals, guaranteed. Georgia, Ole Miss will be playing each other for the final game. That will start in 50 minutes time over on ESPN. With that in mind, guys, I appreciate you a ton. Click that link above to join the Ole Miss Georgia stream. I will get everything set up for that, emoji set up, and all that fun stuff. First Rose Bowl win for Indiana ever. They are the last of the original Big Ten teams to win the Rose Bowl. But I get that injury. Yeah, I think for like SEC, it's a joke to root for the entire conference. But if you're a smaller conference, yes, you root for other teams in your conference because it gives you more prestige and increases your chances the following season. Right? Not heartbreaking, just heart-ripping. Yep. Indiana, their first Rose Bowl win ever. First bowl win in over 35 years. What my reaction be? Well, you got to fire DeBoer at that point if you go 6-6. All right, Ole Miss, Georgia coming up next. Click the link above to join that stream. I will see you guys in about 45 minutes time. Take care. See you soon. Indiana got Oregon next in the semifinals. One step closer to the Natty. We'll see the final semifinal spot